They say that love is blind, but I never trusted sight. When I turn and look inside, there's nothing I can find. In the silence of the night, when my demons come alive, I hear a voice disguised, telling me we're not alright.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Boys, today we got even more 5v5 1v1 duels over for the region of NA. I need to get some coffee here. I'm trying to exert as much energy as I can while getting myself started. So, yeah, I'll need to get myself a drink in just a moment. How you boys all doing? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful evening. Hey, Daddy, what's up, Chris? What's up, Jake? How you boys doing? This time around, we got duels over for the region of NA. What am I missing here? I gotta move this. I gotta get the music back up and running, boys. Absolutely no luck, Demon Hunter. Wait, hold on. Let me read the rest of it. Did you see the absolute no luck on the Demon Hunter CAC W? What do you mean by that? The Witscar Whetstone? Farming shoulders gone wrong? Wait, do you already have Whetstone? Do you not need Whetstone? Hold on. And the priest was like, a priest got mad at you for not giving up Whetstone? Huh? Hold on. A priest using Whetstones right now. What kind of world are we living in? Is it just that? I guess so. What's weird about the trinket is it does physical damage, so I'm thinking it's like a melee trinket because it is melee. You would want to be in melee to use it, but it technically grants you mastery, and I don't think physical damage is determined based on like agility and stuff, right? Like doesn't scale. Oh man, it's such a weird one. It's one of those weird trinkets that I just don't really know what to say about. What's up, lad? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Are you joining us this evening for them 5v5 1v1s? Boys, I got coffee brewing, so we'll need to take a second at some point to grab that. But let's hop back on live NA round, see if we can put some groups together. I'm hoping we get to see my homie Chicago in these. We will let paladins join in, chat, but at some point, if the chat is like, you know what, I had enough of paladins, we'll switch gears. We'll switch gears if we need to. Also have a guest in room. I will also have a guest in room. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Done 20 quarter stars yesterday and today. 0 shoulders have been dropping. I didn't even know the quarter stars has shoulders. Not gonna lie. Like leather? I guess. Because the only thing I do cord for is like ring and trinket. I don't remember if, like what has shoulders, what has anything. I think that would be more solidified in my head of all these other items of gear. Because I know a lot of the male gear, for example, for shaman, there's a lot of it in TJs, for example. So yeah. I don't remember any other pieces, honestly. I don't remember what has what. Not anymore, man. I used to kind of sort of remember. Dal only does not need any addons, does he? Dal Edge Boy, I mean. Yeah, well, I don't think this guy needs any addons whatsoever. There's gear in TJs for some reason. A ton of gear. There's a lot of gear in TJs. Although, I mean, we're not going to be doing TJs for much longer. But there is a lot of gear in TJs, though. I don't know. There's just a lot of male gear. And then there's also that one haste trinket, the book or whatever it's called. The storybook that gives you a bunch of haste. That's really good for hunters. I don't think it's as good as some of the raid trinkets, but like if you're not raiding, it's a really good one. I want to get that one maybe for like my survival hunter, but apparently you actually just want to get haste and crit gear, and then you want to use those trinkets. You want to get so much haste, so much crit, you don't even need that trinket, and then you use other trinkets like Grief Torch and what was it? Oh, Grief Torch and another one. I forget what the other one is. I don't remember, but I saw a parse of a top survival hunter who literally got rank 1 parse on Taros. My goodness, dude, it is nuts. It is incredible. Oh, yeah, actually, now that I'm looking at your Demon Hunter, I think it was the other trinket that's not a whetstone. It's the incarnate icon. I think it was the icon too, because it goes so crit heavy. Alrighty, boys, the group is gonna be get that song out of there, man. I'm not a big fan of that one. I don't know what it is. Lath, wants to invite me? Alrighty. You're gonna be the first one. Join the group. Join the band of bandoliers here. Start. We got ourselves fight. Here we go. Beautiful boys. Hey, groups are listed, boys, in the LFG. If you want to join up, check the dungeon and raids tab. And then head over to the pre-made groups, custom PvP, and you should be able to. Am I? Had the shirt on backwards. I'm gonna switch that out whenever I go get my coffee. Oh my goodness. Unless you guys want a shirtless stream. So if you guys are more than welcome to join up, the groups are listed in the LFG Raise a Legacy section for the Team NA. We got Racing here. We're gonna let all the paladins in at the beginning, but in the chat is like, you know what, that's way too many paladins. At some point we could put a kibosh on all of these paladinos. So we'll see though. Last week it worked out pretty well. It was kind of fun just like seeing no paladins for a little bit. Although paladins are about to get nerfed. How big do you guys think the paladin nerf is gonna be with Retribution? It looks like they're going after. Oh my god, we got everybody here. Hell yeah. We got a little raid, so this group is all good to go. I'm gonna make Lath, I think, lead for this one. Lath Voka. Lath Voka. Okay, D-list. Lath is here. Forming second group. Forming second group. BRB. Just don't let any polys unless it's really simple. You are actually one of the harder hitting red polys too. That's the problem. You're like, don't let anyone else be here but me. It's like you want to be the only nuke in the building. Alright. Alright, boys. Second group of the raiding. We gotta get filled it up. Stay in the first group if you're in that one already. We gotta get a second filled. We'll be good to go. Where my boy Chicago? Where the homies at, man? Where's everybody, all the regulars at? Where my regular boys at? Oh, that kind of rhymed. Hey, hosting some more duels this evening, this time on the Region NA. Everyone is welcome to join. Is that the right share link? Double checking. YouTube started doing this whole share link instead of the how it normally does the stream stuff. Okay, yeah, that'll be good enough. I'll be fine. I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. Most of our class that needs a nerf. Atho. Look at this. Most overpowered class needs a nerf. Red Paladin, Red Paladin, Red Pala. Honestly, it should have, instead of had the last one as a Pala, it should have been like Rogue Mage Druid. Because that's the obvious answer. Oh, Paladin is broken? Nerf Rogue. Oh, Paladin just one-shot me? Oh, Mage gets nerfed. Oh, this Shaman just leapt away from me because he doesn't want to die instantly? Nerf it. It shouldn't be allowed to escape my escape my vengeance. Nope, not allowed. It didn't show me because I feel honestly that was it's kind of fitting. Honestly, the Shaman one it does feel kind of fitting. All right, do you need to start going through BNet? I think I will here in a bit. Dan, does he want to join by chance? Ooh. Why am I getting dueled? By whom? Who is it? This guy? Aren't you max level? Oh no, you're not. That's weird. You're not max level, but you definitely got more gear than I do and more health. Okay. 5 item levels higher. Good duel. Fantastic. Love it. What is this? I keep getting people dueling me that are way higher level than me. I don't understand why. Like, is it just like you want to beat up on a guy who has no gear? I'm literally running BFA helm and as a Shadowlands character. I don't get that. I never understood that. Alrighty, let me see. Start pestering these boys one by one. Does ASAP want to join in? Hey ASAP, wanna join duels this evening? I keep asking him, but I think every time I ask him, he's doing keys or something. Ben's around. Yo, hey C-Rude, we dueling tonight? Direwolf, Temple Jade Serpent. I'll let him keep doing the Jade Serpent. Jeff in Azure Vault, getting the keys out of the way. Kargath, does he want to join by chance? Hey Kargath, duels tonight? But Kraken, I think he already joined in on the warrior on the other team, so I think we already got him here. Lek, they are in the vault of the Incarnates. Malachi, he's already in TJ's. Nick, Asher means fall already queuing. Last is in tank. Yo. Oh, he's already in. War? Hey, War. Wanna join 5v5 duels? Here we go. Do farming legend wins. All good. My legend wins. All good. What's up? I'm farming my legend wins before red. Oh. Okay, cool. Keys. Wonder if I find those keys, you're gonna do them on Demon Hunter? Hosting them, so I don't really Yeah, I guess that would make sense actually. With all the classes about to get nerfed, everybody's trying to see if they can get their rating before the season's over. They're like, all right, well, Paladin's overpowered. Let me just continue blasting out keys, or blasting out arenas. Get the solos out of the way or whatever. I mean, I feel like that just tells you like how confident people feel about like, oh, Paladins are kind of busted. Like you're like, you know what? There's no way I'd be able to climb this high rating. Just playing the class. After these nerfs, so it's like, you know, might as well take advantage of these and spam them out, cheese them out. That's where it feels wrong, so wrong about these paladins, how strong they are. It's because it feels like people are just cheesing it and they know it, because now that people are trying to get the solos out of the way before you can no longer cheese it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a paladin main would be like, yeah, I'll keep playing even after the nerfs, because I feel like I'm good at the class and I know what I'm gonna do. But it feels like everybody got that mindset of like, oh, let me just cheese it. Let me just cheese it out real quickly. I don't think that's healthy for the game. I don't think it's good. I haven't played for the month in general. It hasn't been good. And I'm usually am part of that like mindset. But yeah. Hold on. Well, I'll be tuned in, brother. Sounds good, War. Sounds good, my man. Alright, so we still got a second group trying to form together. Chat, let me go get my coffee real quickly. We'll be right back, okay? Real quick. Refilling one of these, and then we'll be right back. What do I give you guys something to watch, to do, to just go quick? I think I'll just go quick. BRB. Alright, we're back. Beautiful. We need more bodies, boys. We need more bodies. What do we get more bodies? Ah, man. Besides graveyard. Who have I not asked yet, actually? Man, we really gotta, we may just have to switch out when we do these duels, boys. I'm not even kidding you. We may just have to switch them out. Actually, let's see Direwolf. Hey, Direwolf. Direwolf. Wanna join some duels this evening? Let's see if Direwolf wants to join. I feel like every time that guy, I ask him, he's like, oh, I'm a PvE guy, I don't PvP. They're like, what if? Maybe, you know what I mean? Did Carcass ever get back to me? He, oh, hey, doing them now. Oh yeah, so he's actually, we might actually be able to join in, doing keys by TY. Okay. Sounds good, my guy. Let me see if Lek wants to join in, maybe. Hey, Lek, wanna join some duels after your raid? Okay, I'm ready. Oh, Cargas wants to join in. Hell yeah. Yo, if you boys have any friends on Real ID, any homies you want to invite, you're more than welcome to. Hey, Malachi, want to join duels? Nick? Yo, he's definitely good. He's like, yo, I'm grinding my rating. Yo, Nick, want to join? Want to hop in for a few duels? Sure, for a bit? Okay. If I can, I will. Sounds good, my guys. So we got Malachi, we got Kargath. We need a couple more bodies still, but otherwise we're starting to make a form a second group here little by little. Although a lot of you guys are doing keys this week. What the hell is going on, man? Sorry, Q and some arena in the moment. Okay. Yeah, I expected as much. I thought maybe worth asking. It's worth asking. Yo, if you guys got any friends in Real ID and your homies you know, they may want to join in. I'll get on my rogue, but Demon Hunt PvE only. Go for it. Whatever you want to do, my guy. Whatever you want to play, my mans. But yeah, if you guys want to join in, or if you got any friends that want to join in, you're more than welcome to invite them, man. More than welcome to ask them around. Because right now, I have a lot of you guys that are live on EU, but not on NA. And I feel like we've had like that for a couple of Fridays, Saturdays, where Friday comes around, everybody's alive and active on NA. But EU being there is kinda dead. And then Saturday comes around, NA sleeping, EU's awake, and they're gaming. So it's like a little switcheroo. It's really weird. I don't understand it. So maybe we should switch out, like do Fridays on NA, Saturdays on EU. I don't even know. Should you switch to EU then? I do wonder if that will work out. Switching over to you, because I do want to give NA their chance to play, honestly. I do want to give NA their chance to play. I don't want to deny them their opportunity to play. Hey, Worthus want to join in? Hey, Wortha. Hey, Worth. Want to join some duels for a bit? I'll see, because he's on a classic grind. A lot of people will be doing the classic hardcore grind. So that was a approach that I had with men. Wait, what? We're trying to see if we can get a group together in silver, and I was just commenting that, man, it feels like for the last couple of Fridays, we're streaming duels on Fridays, and NA is awake, but EU is asleep, which is a EU day. And then Saturday rolls around, NA is asleep, EU is awake. So I'm like, should we just like switch those at some point or something? Potentially. I'm currently stuck in a line of hardcore classic. Go for it. Whatever you want to do, my guy. Whatever you want to do, my man. Oh my goodness. But yeah, what rate should we try PTR? Oh, PTR could actually be kind of fun. Well, it all depends if we can get 5 people on the NA, at least 5 people on the EU. At least if we have like 10 bodies, 5 from each side. I'm not against doing PTR because they got the PvP vendor over there. They got tier set vendor. They got the new trinkets. So that actually would be a pretty good time to try stuff. I just don't really know if we'd be able to, get enough bodies for it. That would be like the only big thing. The only big problem that I would have with it. But yeah, I'm not against it though. You know? Definitely not against it or anything. Yeah, that's actually a thought. I'm willing to try PTR duels. How many, are there any EU boys in here that'd be willing to join PTR duels? Should we try taking the super? I don't even know if the 5 people that we have on the team last even have PTR. Because PTR you kind of gotta get invited to, or you gotta flag your account for PTR. There's a video that we have on Discord, like pinned in a couple of different sections, where you can like add PTR to your account. But some people, even when they follow the video, they still don't see PTR access. So it's almost like it's not really public. Like, it's public test runs, but you still gotta get invited for them or something like that. Like, you still gotta jump some kind of hoop, but I'm not sure exactly how. Because some people have been able to tag it, add on the BNet, but when I log on PTR, it doesn't say their account has authorization for it. So I have no idea. Plus, on EU generally doesn't really like doing PTR PvP because there's a lot of lag. For NA, there's a little bit of lag, but the latency is so much worse for any EU player. So that's why I was like, talking to Krager, talking to Gamer, I was like, yo, I think we could get a couple of boys on PTR, and they were like, you know what, the lag is just not that fun, which I totally get. I'm a stickler for that kind of a thing. Like, if somebody's just lagging all over the place, especially when it comes to WoW PvP, it just like, it takes away a little bit of that unfairness, and it feels like you're just playing with a handicap not in your favor. You know what I mean? It's just not that fun at the end of the day. So, you know what? Let's just try to see if we can get these done on an A. Let's see where we go. 5V5 EU. Yo, honestly, we'll try to see if we can get them another chance to play this evening. That's what I'm trying to do, man. That's what I'm trying to do. But I do wonder if we can maybe get, like, if we get Chicago. Let me actually see if I can message Chicago Night King. Because if we need 2 more, if we get 2 more bodies in this group, but still we need, I think, 1 more. What are we gonna get 3 people? Hold on. Who was it that else there was somebody else on a message and they were like, oh yeah, let me, I'll be down to join. But I forget who. ASAP never got back to me. I thought I had some, no, mine did. I thought I had somebody that was like, yo, I'll be down to join. I don't think it was Jeff either. There's somebody else. I forget, but I thought for some reason that we had, like, we only need a couple more. Salt? Does he want to join by chance? Hey, Salt. Want to join some 5V5 1v1 Duels by chance? I guess if we could maybe get Chicago Night King, maybe like Wortherus, that could work too. Mr. Chicago was around. See if they're interested in joining tonight. I'll just ask. Where's Chicago? Chicago. Find the non-Chicago. Hey fam. Wanna join for some 5V5 1v1 Duels? Because they're probably playing Smite. Is Chicago still playing Smite? I think that might be. And Baldwin, hold on. Is Baldwin around? BC Locks. Wait, Baldwin. Hey, hold on. Baldwin. Hey, hold on. Beasley. There we go. So we just need 2 more bodies. If Chicago and like Night King or somebody joins in, that would work. With Chicago, if Chicago joins in, we need a +1 and we'll be good to go. Where's Chill Pills? I just had him here. There he is. Because he changed his profile picture. Hey, you around? Wanna duel? Duel this evening? Because I like having Chill Pills here. Just last time he was like, wasn't super happy with like the dampening and stuff. But yeah. Hey, Dal just came home from work. I went to see the NA fairs tonight. Yeah, we're trying to get a couple of boys together. Absolutely, just for you, my guy. How you doing, my man? Hope you have yourself a wonderful day at work. Time to kick up the good old shoes, relax, have yourself a beverage, and hang out with the boys, man. Welcome. I will log in to PTR, but it's a dog walking time. All good, Felipe. Don't worry about it, my guy. I think we're gonna try to see if we can focus in to make sure the duels on an A get played, and we'll figure all that stuff out later. I'm not against doing some PTR duels next time around. Smite, a long time I heard about this game. Dude, Chicago plays the hell out of Smite. So, honestly, like, it's one of those games that, yeah, I also haven't heard in a long while. But, dude, I mean, every one of these games, every one of the games I've made, like, any kind of, like, because Smite is kind of like MOBA style, but like from like the backend characters, so it's kind of like MMORPG-ish or whatever. Like, it's very niche, but every one of those games has an audience, man. You have people that just enjoy the things they do, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I totally get it. PTR is kind of mid. PTR, what I like about PTR is just the ease of access, but like, they really need to get some kind of like a big promotional thing, like, hey, download PTR, join us for like some kind of testing, get a reward or whatever. This way you'll be able to get a lot more people into PTR, and I feel like it'll be a lot easier to get people into PTR. Otherwise, I have to granularly message every single person, find out if they have access to PTR and all those things. I like PTR testing. I think it gives us quite a bit of information ahead of time when things work or when things are busted, broken, or whatever. Kind of like how we did the testing for, what was it? We did testing for... I forget now what it was. It was like, what, Dragonflight Alpha Beta? Is last time we really did like PTR testing. I know we did a couple of those back in like SL too, but yeah, it's just one of those things where I feel like early testing can help us, you know, get things buffed and nerfed before it comes out. But yeah, it all depends if you have like the bodies though. It's good you need to actually train your aim to play it. Is it actually that much of a skill shot? Because I guess there is, to a degree. It's just when there's no verticality to it, I feel like it makes it a little bit easier, because just really just you gotta make sure the line goes from you to the other person, that you're angling them in the right direction. But I could be wrong on that one. But yeah, with if Warthers were to join, could we get a +1? I also need to look at some of these boys that are like in Wrath, because I know a lot of people playing hardcore Wrath. But I don't remember, like, are they NA region? Are they EU region? Because I know they're playing a different game. But maybe I could ask one of the boys that are on Classic if they want to join us on the, what's it? If they want to join us on live, maybe. But I don't remember, like, who's on Classic, who's... You know what I mean? Like, I don't remember who's EU, who's NA at all when it says Classic. It just doesn't really say, like, what region they are. There gotta be like a better way of going about it, right? Hold on, maybe a BNet? Maybe I could do it on BNet? Okay, so it actually does say Europe for some of them. Europe, Halls, Europe, Wrath, Lich King, Buck, Classic. So actually it does say which ones are in Classic, which ones are not in Classic. Wait, okay, so that could actually work out, sorta, kinda. Did I ask Clokey? Clokey AR? Technically, I could ask him, right? Yeah. Hey, Clokey, would you by chance wanna join for a few 5V5 1v1 duels this evening? Let me get my copy paste in here, because it makes it that much easier to just send him with the same message I probably would write out anyway. I'm not super creative or anything like that. Silly, we're just coming to your group. Okay. Oh, Stabby Throwers? Let's go. Hosting some now. Need +1 and we good to go. I forgot I could do that. Okay, so that's gonna be a little bit like an extra layer with people playing that Hardcore Classic until 10.1 comes out. I honestly want to give Hardcore Classic a go. Like, Jake, or anybody playing Hardcore Classic, when you guys play on Hardcore, do you have to play a specific server to play Hardcore? Or is it like, can you technically play on any server and it works out just fine? Log it over? Oh, Clokey's logging over. Hey! Dude, that's what I was looking at an A on my BNet. I was like, man, everybody's on EU, but it's not even that everybody's on EU. Like, just a lot of people are hanging out over on the, what is this? You can do it on anything? Okay, cool. But people are playing Classic, so it makes sense, actually. Okay, well, oh my god, this is so weird. It's trippy. I don't know why in my head it's trippy. Yo, Lath, could you message I can't talk. Ah! Coffee is hitting my veins, bro. And now that I can't talk, mainly hardcore classics over Bloodstained Buccaneers. But you can technically play the classic hardcore rules on anywhere, right? Or do you have to mostly be playing on the Bloodsail for like the community aspect of it? Like, is it worth it, or is it just like, if you just, it's just fun just to do it yourself, just to run it yourself? Because I just started a priest. I got myself the voiceover add-on just so I can have some fun with it. Demoniac is Clokey, or is Clokey Demoniac? Demoniac, I want to get you in, but I already told Clokey I want to get him in, and you swap it over. At least we got Demoniac in case Clokey can't join, unless Clokey is Demoniac. Oh no, he's Whalers. He's Whalers. How you doing, my man? Welcome back. Welcome. Let's say it's most of the hardcore players if you want to do dungeons and stuff. Oh, okay, yeah, I wasn't gonna do that. I was just gonna run it solo. It was one of the classic fresh realms that I made a paladin on, and he's level 69. I was just gonna make a priest. I don't even know if that realm is like alliance or horde heavy or whatever, so we're just gonna make an alliance priest and just mess around with it in my free time. I don't really know, you know what I mean? It was one of those things last night when I was working on a video project and it was taking forever to like process and whatnot. I think we have 20. We bring whatever you like. Hold on, I'm gonna just double check. Scarget is a hunter. Rogue. Bring whatever you like. Bring whatever you like. Smiley face. Who's messaging me? Boris. It's fine, Alex. Okay. Thank you so much for coming by, Boris. Appreciate ya. Ooh, my brother is Cloaky. Oh, really? Hey, yo, let's go. Get Cloaky in here, man. Cloaky, do I just invite you? I don't even know if that would work. I guess I could try to see if I can invite him or have him. I guess I should be able to invite him, right? It shouldn't be that, right? Button works. I don't know why I was like, yeah, I can just invite him like that. Are you on Paladin? I guess I'll toss him invite as is. See if that works. I don't know if that worked. We'll see though. Or if he signs up, that'll work out too. Or maybe switching. Who knows, honestly. I'll let you do hardcore 1 to 60 as a 5-man, but the time investment. Yeah. I think that'd be really, really cool. But you definitely would need some time investment and get some homies and really coordinate schedules and stuff. Are we beginners ready? Oh, we're about to go. We're about to go. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how long we'll have to wait with Lath. But yeah, we can wait a bit. Cloak is going red. Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm trying to see if I can get him an invite. Toss invite? Party's full. Oh, that's why. Okay. That what the problem was. Okay, yeah, sorry. Now I feel like I was waiting forever. Cool. My group just got ready. I don't know if Lath is still around on his PC or whatever, but the group has just got ready. Hi, Dal, what's up? You alright, my man? I'm having a good one, my guy. Welcome. I'm disgusted by Red Paladins at the moment. Azot, a lot of people are, man. But hey, do you guys think the Red Paladin nerf, this reset, is gonna be enough to bring down the Paladino threat? Or do you think it's just not gonna be enough? Do you think they're gonna need to do something more in order to bring down the Paladin as a core? What are your thoughts on that? Because it looks like they're going after their burst, which is going to limit like everything they do, really just their effectiveness inside of cooldowns, without necessarily touching their sustain. But also they're going after their defenses. Nope, super red, good imbo. Yeah, probably. Still slapping BGs because Berserk and Assault Water. I mean, so it's a class of just OP and BGs. I don't really mind that. Like, you could say hunters OP and BGs just because they can hit you from a mile away and you can't even reach them. Right? You got a whole team that you got to go through before you can even touch the hunter in the back. I don't know. I don't, as long as it's like where I want classes to be tuned is within like rated PvP, within arenas. You know what I mean? That's where for me, it's like, that's where the core is, because that's really what the game is balanced for, is specifically arenas. But yeah, yeah. I don't know, but to each his own though, right? Because some people just BG and that's all they do, and they would want things to be balanced with BG. And I don't disagree with that either. Like, at the end of the day, we want all game modes to be balanced. But the way, I mean, I've been playing the game for a good bit, and the way I have it in my head is they can't do all of it. They can't handle all of it at once. So they're probably just gonna have to focus on the one thing at a time. And the one thing will likely be the rated PvP that has the most rewards from, you know, the gladiator mounts, the rating, the tabards, all that stuff, the things that people really see as like the big thing. Shadow should just switch to human, dark art, dwarf, and elf priest. I'm thinking of actually doing it, man. I'm thinking of doing myself a dark art, maybe not elf, for a couple of characters, especially once 1001 comes out with the cross faction stuff. I think that'll be great. Is Sabotaurus out here stabbing? Is that what's going on? I see him targeting me. Hold on, where you at? I see him targeting me. Real solo queue would be legit 1v1s. Dude, real solo queue for 1v1s would be awesome. Yeah, I think that'd be great. If they added like more support for 1v1s and maybe balance the game. Like, added a 1v1 mode and then balanced classes specifically in that 1v1 mode. I think that would be really cool. And let people kind of queue up against other classes of their same spec or whatever. What's up, George? Man, hope you have a good one, my guy. Hope you have a good one. Wena, Dalaran, QL. How you doing, my man? Hope you have a good one. Hello, hello. Where are you, Worthless? Oh, yeah. I see you now. I see you now. Hi. How geared are you? Also, make sure you put on your poisons. I'm looking at your character. I'm not seeing poisons. Make sure you got those on. Miss Weaver, Monk, and Disc LMAO. Well, Mist Reavers are pretty strong. Let's be honest here. Mist Reavers are really strong. You know what I mean? They are pretty dang strong. Mist Reaver, Disc Priest. I want to see those in like PvE content more than anything. What? Why is Dally attacking you? Dally the betrayer. Why are you betraying this man? Oh, this is where Worthless needs to hit him with a blind, have Dally pop up trinket, and then lock him down in the stun. Oh my god, actually betrayal. I didn't even do that either. You can just see ya. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Ah, he's stitching in a sap. Blind him. Oh, you got it. Oh, as long as no one else attacks you, you may just have him. I think you can do it. Okay, as soon as Lath is around, man. Oh, please, Sunflower, don't help. Sunflower, please don't help. Oh, Druid, please don't help. Warrior. Oh, no. They're all charging out. No. Oh, I'm back. Sorry. Okay, cool. I'm going to make Worthless lead here. I'm going to make Worthless lead. Worthless, I made you lead a little early, but, oh, man, maybe we shouldn't have made him lead because he's going to have to run back to his body, isn't he? Oh, that's going to be annoying. All right, hold on. Okay, we got a group. We're chilling. Should be good to go. Spectator match. A Silver Hawk and Warthorus. Not grand. Warthorus, let me know when you're good to go. We'll be back in the in-game when you're good to go, and we can actually get some duels up and running, yeah? We're good. Now we're set, boys. Now we're actually ready. Took us a little bit to get a group up and running, but now we're good to go. I'll play Paladins in my third ult for a while after the rework of their main ult because they're hella fun. Oh, for sure. I am glad that Paladins got a rework. They've got so much cool stuff to play with. I am glad that they got a rework. We just... So we got 4 people? Wait, I'm dumb? We ready? Okay, good. Cool. Hell yeah. Yeah, just keep yourself safe. Don't let yourself die. I don't think it'll let me kill you if you're dead. Also, make sure you leave any LFG queue. I might have left you with one when I left. Yeah, worth it. Just double check to make sure you're not in queue for anything like LFG or whatever. And I might have to re-queue you real quick. Not seeing one. Okay. I'm gonna do no cooldown. We'll do no cooldown. We'll try again. LG, I'm dumb again. Oh, you're good. You're good. We're good. LT full. Hell yeah, we're good. We're good, boys. Alrighty. Actually got ourselves some 5v5 1v1 duels this evening, boys. Yo, let's have some fun tonight, NA, boys. Yeah. EU had a little bit of fun last night. Time for NA to have some fun. Enjoy the duels. Make them exciting. Make them fun. Have a blast. Enjoy yourselves. Try wacky, weird little builds if you want to give them a go. Or play whatever's strong. It doesn't really mind me. Whatever you guys want to play. Evoker's about to get really good in time 1, by the way. Now I'm looking at Lath right here. Evoker's about to crank, dude. They're about to be cranking, dude. Oh my god. Also, apparently Evoker's literally needs to break the rotation to play optimally. I want to play mine a bit. I want to get some gear on mine. But apparently you really need to crank through your disintegrates if you really want to play it properly. You got to really spam them out. It's crazy. But there was Green Dragon saved AQ. Who's running weekly? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. So Twitch. Daughter Methmia, wasn't it daughter of Ysera, isn't it? I think. Got ourselves team 1 with Diabolicals on the team is Demonology. Daridian gonna be first up as an unholy Death Knight. Last Vorko on the team is the Evoker with a top hat. We got ourselves a Race Flavor of the Month as a Paladina with Whisper Wind over on that Warrior, fell looking warrior, gonna be immediate freezing trap by Kargath. It's gonna go for immediate trinket, backing away from Dalaran, absolutely melting the guy. Oh my god, the pets! He's got himself how many dire beasts? Okay, he's got one main pet second and an extra dire beast. It just kill commanded right through the guy, just punctured right through his wounds. Maybe this 3% hunter nerf, maybe that's why they're doing it. Maybe that's why they're. That was really quick. Gonna be Kargath slowing down Race for a second here, hitting him with a counter shot, trying to see if he can cleanse him off of all the buffs. Wow, waste available for Race. Big judgment at the ready. Kargath may be in a bit of trouble, does go for acceleration. There goes survival of the fittest, but still gonna slam down through his big defensive codens. Maybe a turtle shell in this situation, trying to see if he can counteract versus Race. Oh, he just got slammed. Even though through turtle shell, I don't really know if you needed to flag that man. I felt like he played as well as he could. Whalers up next, trying to see if he can blast out over the Race. Gonna be a spell warden for the bubble. Race trying to see if he can back up out of there. Does Race playing to blessing protection of spell warden himself, because Whalers was able to immune a lot of the damage, a lot of the holy power. Just through spell warden, mad damage to the Race. Oh, what was that? You just leave him with like a dot or something? Absolutely cut him down. Oh my goodness, the cleave. Gonna be Lad joining in. Got himself a big mastery bonus. Fire breath to follow. Does not get to complete it just yet. Trying to see if he can get himself a proper fire breath going with a deep breath right after. Trying to see if he can break through the shield of vendors for Whalers. As Whalers has himself bubble at the rate in case he ever needs to. Lad's got himself the most amount of damage. Could not be CC'd for quite a bit here. Big damage to the Whalers though. Does he get the procs he needs? However, Whalers able to keep himself alive though through instant cast healing. Got himself the Ward of Glories together with those flash of lights empowered. But that one new talent that they've added may be going for a bubble here. If Lad goes for a big crit. Oh, did not trust that crit. He didn't know if that big essence burst. Wait, no, essence surge? Essence surge. If that thing was gonna crit, that could have actually punctured right to Whalers. Big shatter, sleepwalk, could be big damage by Lad. Going in for big breath. Does he get it? Does get a breath, but I think maybe missing it. Hand of freedom for Whalers so he doesn't get rooted. Disintegrate slowing him down either way though. Lad looking to catch up a little bit of healing. Does go for a lot of healing actually. Got himself a lot of health caught up in just a singular global. That was really, really quick. I don't even know what Healthstone maybe? Might have been a Healthstone. Whalers trying to see if he can avoid him as best as he can. Avoided the big bad dragon for a second here while Lad looking to catch up full on heals. And Whalers just trying to see if he can get himself some line of sight. Going in for this flashlight spams whenever he can. Just chipping away, recovering his health. Chipping it back into pieces, I guess. Not really chipping it away. Wake or... Not wake. Deep breath. Why would we call it a wake? Deep breath by the last Volker with Disintegrate, trying to see if he can establish the beam around the corner. Whalers does activate a wall in order to give himself a bit more extra protection, while Lad's got perfect immunity to any stuns or whatsoever. But he can still be interrupted. Big wings available for Whalers, trying to see if he can make a big play. Breath by Lad. Does he have any more defenses? Got himself a big defensive, but not a lot of health. Oh, Whalers just turned it around. Got the dragon to close the gap. Close enough. Got himself wings, waited until cooldowns were back, and then is able to just swap it right over. Swap the pressure onto the dragon. I've taken pressure off of himself. That was well done. The Paladin, man. There's a reason why they're nerfing these guys. The nerf in the defense and the nerf in the burst specifically. But Whalers did play into burst, but really, he didn't really play sustain there, did he? So I do wonder how that's going to work out then. But every minute burst, 10% damage increase compared to 15 or the 20 that they initially had. I mean, that's going to be noticeable. That's going to be very, very, very noticeable. What's up, Shade Head? Man, hope you have a good one. What's up, Alan? I know Paladins and Demon Warlocks. How about no Paladins? We can maybe do a vote after this, Alan. We can do a vote for sure. Off the bat though, first few duels, I do want to let everybody play. And as we get a lot of bodies in here and a lot of options in terms of who can or can't play for the day, if the chat is like, yo, can we do no Paladins? We may do no Paladins, because we did do it last week and it worked out really well. Another class that's looking to get nerfed is actually Demonology Warlock with Diabolical sending out his Felguards over at the Whalers. I keep messing up your name for some reason. Big Fel Lord joining in, knocked down with a big Mortal Coil with Whalers, trying to see if he can stun lock all these pets. Quick interrupt before the Tyrant comes out, trying to see if he can blast out some of these other demons. But Diabolicals, I think, is still going to be able to get a proper Tyrant out. Whalers at this point just used to avoid the big monstrosity that he summons, but the extra, all these other pets, the Demon Doggers, the Felguards are all empowered by the Tyrant. So Whalers actually is not in a great spot. Going to be more Demon Doggers joining in. He's got a Tyrant on one hand, he's got Diabolicals, aka Tyrant number 2 on the other. Whalers not in a great position right now, could actually be going down here. Does not have Blessing Protection for a bit. Wake of Ashes just to stun all these pets to give himself a breather. Literally use the Wake of Ashes to CC these demons. He does have a Blessing Protection up very, very soon. But he got Spell Warden instead of Blessing Protection. He's still gonna take physical damage, still not immune to stuns, and still gonna be able to get wrecked out by the Felguard with the Legion strikes back to back behind the pillar. Demon Dog is under a lot of pressure. Whaler's able to avoid only a portion of the damage he's taking. But I think it's interesting how when you play against a Warlock Demonology, you're going to take a mixture of physical damage and magic damage, and that's how Diabolicals is going to end up winning this one. There's no way for you to completely prevent any of the damage of a Demonology Warlock, because you got them pets that do physical, and the Warlock himself with the Imps and the Tyrant that do magical. It's a nice bit of mix, with Beastlock going to be up next, also playing Demonology, swapping out his Monk a little bit, looking like he got a different fit. Got that Venthyr Revengeth look, going to be immediate Axos, I think. Maybe onto Beastly. Beastly popping a Wall, actually. Gonna be access for both of them. Wall as well as the Dark Pack. Only Dark Pack for Diabolicals. But that's gonna be a big Tyrant and the ready for Beastly. And it's actually just absolutely massacred through Diabolicals. Got super low on health. Trying to go for a big board. Mortical is gonna put him away from any pillage. But Dog is charging in right after Diabolicals. I think maybe going down. It looks like he does. With Beastly taking him down. I think even drop down an Obelisk just to make sure you can get that kill secure. Whisper win, last one left over for the team. One needs to find a way to fight through and break through defenses of Beastly. Popped himself defensives and offensives all together very early on. Forward by Beastly as just trying to see if he can finish up Whisper with a couple of hand to go down. Trying to maybe go for a bit of a Warlock Hellstone. I don't know if he was able to get himself a Warlock Hellstone early on. That or he's just trying to get interrupted on a weird spell. Potentially. Maybe he's trying to cast him face while he's Blaze Summon to maybe get him to cancel Blaze. I don't really know. I'm not really sure how the whole dropping down Warlock Hellstones for everybody. Like, can you get interrupted on that? Shadow Fury by BC may not be in a great spot in that execute range, trying to get a Mortical into Whisper when with a Fear to follow is going to be able to Zerk, not even Zerk rage. Adaptation just gets him out of that immediately. Axos to follow, she has a bleed onto Beastly. Whisper just needs to go for a big old leap charge and reconnect with Beastly. He might just have him here, trying to see if he can slam right through, but Beastly has all the pets. Does he survive this right here? Drain life, but it's going to be a quick pummel by Whisper at no health whatsoever. Dally, you better give this man another duel. You are kidding me, this Rogue doing Rogue things. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Rogue's doing the Rogue things, man. I was really hoping that Whisper would at least be given a chance to come back. At least have a chance versus some of these boys. Whalers take a 2, doing quite a lot of healing actually while he's trying to get away from Lathmoker, man. That is so rough. But Beastly, actually, normally I think Diabolicals is the one that's the diabolically superior demonology, but Beastly able to get a 1-up on him with a nice placement of a Tyrant, blasting him out to smithereens. Well done, boys. Let's get ourselves another one going here, yeah? Let me know if the groups are ready, if you guys need more. Boris wants to join in, if there's spots available. Tell them they have LFG too, if we can make 3 groups. Oh, okay, so there's another group available in LFG. Are you listed in the LFG? There is another group, boys. Raids Legacy, Demonia got another group. If you want to join it, you're more than welcome to. Worthless still got 5, beautiful. Last, let me know if you got 5 at the ready, because we are ready to queue. But yeah, Boris got another group if you guys want to join and find it. Sorry, but Warriors scare me. It's all good, it's all good. It's just so... Oh my god. Another smoke is gonna help you out though, right? Don't be dead. Don't be dead. You're good. You're looking for him, huh? Gonna beat that red in his own game? You think so? Alrighty, fair enough. Man, I'm too busy up into the DK flagging for the month. Red comes and kills me, lol. Wait, you are also playing Flavor of the Month Red. What is going on? Is Lath around? Is he here? Oh, come on. Don't be doing that to me like that. Kept trying to level my rogue, but it's boring. Only to make 5 minutes before I log into something else. As a rogue, on retail, we lost 1. So Lath needs a +1. Okay, so we're gonna open up the group. Lath needs a +1. I know Boris got another team up and running, but we're gonna make a second group here really quickly. They need an Unomas, and we'll be good to go. What did we lose? Diabolicals, Iridian, Lath, Race, and I think we're missing Whisper? Is that what we're missing? Is Whisper gonna be swapping over to Priest? Because I know Whisper was here earlier. I'm really bad with beat tag names though. Really bad with them, like notoriously bad. Whisper, okay. Because I know it was here. Is it just Whisper? I don't. Oh man, I thought I saw it. I'm really bad with names though. Really notoriously bad with names. We got a +1 here. Artemis. Oh, Hey, how you doing? No cap? Okay. Check out that right, I dare ya. Oh, we have a bit of a rivalry here. I actually like that. Maybe we could have these two go first against one another. I mean, that Bloodsucker protection for a bubble that was pretty good, right? Yeah, that's what happens though, wow. That's what happens. Part of the duels though. Sometimes you get the honor duel, sometimes you don't. That's just how it be sometimes. Let me give last lead again. Why does it say you're a pig? Well, you're a pig, I guess. Alrighty, let's get us another one going. We did Nokadon, let's do the Grand. Let's do the Grand. Boris also has a group in LFG if you guys want to join. If you peep the LFG Raids Legacy section in the search, type number 5, enter, as we have it listed in the pinned comment in the chat. That's how you join the groups. If you guys want to, more than welcome to. Oh god, fix that real quick. Beautiful. Is this song really part of the mix? I'm not digging it anymore. I really gotta redo my mix a bit. I gotta take a look at some of these songs. So there's some songs that I listen to, I'm like, I'm kind of over them. I want something new, something different. For the 5V5 1v1 DUELS, Kargath is the best. Dude, he did pretty good. I mean, that kill commands just absolutely dropped the DK. It was insane. Like, what was that? And they're nerfing the class too. Like, why is it nerfing BM Hunter? I'm actually so surprised they're nerfing BM Hunter. I don't know why. Could somebody explain, chat, why they're nerfing BM Hunter? What did BM Hunter do? They're just trying to play the game. It just did not seem like one of those specs that like stands out and is busted. But I look at the logs, like they seem to be doing okay. But like, you know, switch. We got us as Diabolicals over for the team one as a Demonology. On that team, we got Daridian, Lathbrook in the back. We got Razor. We got ourselves Artemis skulking around as a survival hunter out in the open versus Stabby Thoris, which is worthless on his Void Elf Rogue. On the team, we got us as Kargath on the Beastmaster Hunter. We got us as Beastly Lock on the Warlock. We got us as Dali on yet another Rogue, and Whalers in the back as a Retribution Paladin. I like that Mog, by the way. That red with pistols? That looks good. Artemis. Do they find the Rogue? Flare down. But I don't think... Yeah, CyberPowerPC is just kind of hanging out way in the back. He's looking for... I think he's trying to hide away from the Hunter. Waiting for him to come out of camo. Which I think that's exactly what he's trying to do. I think he's trying to make sure he can guarantee himself a proper opener. It's fun until Pal appeared. I'll give it a go. Maybe we'll end up sitting down the Pals, but we'll see, yeah? We'll see. If the chat ends up voting like, yo, let's hit these Pals for the day, we can have maybe Whalers and Race swap over to another class besides the Paladin. That could be fun. Starting to Artemis as the Rogue finally comes out of stealth, seeing the survival out of stealth, going to be hit by Steel Trap immediately. Body shot to follow, Mind go for a Trinket, going to be shot to step, immediate Trinket, just to keep the pressure going in. Is that going to be a death mark? Potentially, Artemis with a feigned death, could be in a big trouble, going to be a cheap shot, not even death mark yet, just going to be a spike. Artemis could just go down to the dots, is going to try to see if he can fight past it with an acceleration, as Stabby does have a couple of dots, and the pet attacking behind the pillar is going to be Artemis maintaining the tag onto Stabby, just to make sure he don't really get himself an easy way out of this. So Clicker Shot is getting a shot to follow. Does not sit that Kidney Shot for too long though. I guess it was really short. Stab, gonna be a big burst of Artemis, but I think it's gonna be over unless you got yourself a bit of a heal. Decided like, you know what? I don't have a lot of defenses. I gotta go counter offensive at the very end. That was a rough though. That was rough. If anyone want to join the LFG, we got a group as I can see. Yep, we do have another third group chat with my boy TM Demoniac. If you guys want to join Demoniac, more than welcome to him. Gonna be Worthless now versus, what is it, Diabolicals? Yeah, just gonna let him sit back there with a pet, huh? The longer you sit with a Felguard, eventually that Felguard with a team of doggers are gonna wear you down. Unless you can maybe just wait it out, you're just actually melting. Is that a battle message you can get used up? Because eventually that thing, look at the amount of damage these pets are all doing. You're just sitting behind the pillar. Diabolicals hasn't even touched you at all. And that Felguard can just do enough damage. You don't even need to actually fight the Warlock. You're just fighting the Felguard more than anything. My goodness. Honestly, whenever you stun a Warlock, do you just stun their pet instead? At this point, I think you might just have to stun their pets. You just CC the pet. The pet is so much worse than the Warlock now. My goodness. Gonna be a port for Diabolicals as they actually get quite a bit of damage. All the momentum transferred over to Kargath with all these pets. Stun onto Diabolicals from a distance. Got him a big death shotgun. Potentially can maybe crack these defenses. Mad kill commits back to back though. With both of the two competitors are actually super low. Kargath having to deal with the demons from Diabolicals is actually gonna have to pop a turtle shell as that Felguard is just rampaging right through him. We'll definitely need to find a way to CC that Felguard. Trying to see if we can get next to Diabolicals, but Diabolical just in the global, just sending out Demon Dogs. It is going to be able to have all those attack him at once, but why? Why are you attacking these boys like that? What did they do? It's just a hunter. Why'd you do that to him? Why are you gonna do that to, why is Scargath just being a flag post right now? What is happening? Dally gonna be up next. Already getting barraged by all these pens. Got himself an evasion. But as a Felguard is approaching, he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna vanish it. I'm just gonna go for a reset. Get myself a bit of CC. Maybe I'll have an easier time right now. All Diabolical need to do is slow down Dally. Keep him over there with the Felguard. Actually, let the Felguard just rampage right through him. Doesn't need to do nothing. Oh my god! This is the strongest Felguard I ever seen. This Felguard is incredible. And you know, there's Diabolicals there that's with the Felguard. He's like a +1. But honestly, I feel like the Felguard is the champ of this duel right now. My goodness, look at that boy go. Beast is going to be up next. A Demonology versus Demonology, sending out a Felguard of his own. That's the only way to stop Demonology Warlocks, huh? With the Demonology of your own. Mordecai for Mordecai, as both of them got the same track mind. Diabolical sending out some Demon Doggers, hanging out by the pillar. Is going to be a wall. Got himself a Tyrant to try to see if he can maybe use the Tyrant and the empowerment of his pets in order to get some early pressure to Beastie. But Diabolical himself is not doing all that good either. Oh my goodness, Beastie didn't even have to go for a Tyrant there, but it was one of those like death throws by Diabolicals. He knew he had to make a play, and that was his play. The Ridian up next as Unholy DK. He needs to grip Diabolical's BC rather out of position. He needs to make sure he can lock him down, get his army of undead in here as soon as he can. Got himself the big grippy hand. Army's joining in. Does get himself the big A-bomb as well with the Gargoyle to follow. This is where the Ridian just needs to play it super safe and let the pets really finish off. Diabolicals does get a stun on all these pets as they're all clumped up together. But Beats is still maybe going down to the undead army unless they can maybe back up out of there. It looks like the Ridian does end up getting that execute at the end, but Whaler's going to go in without even a moment's notice, not giving the Ridian a chance to recover. Does go in for the short stomp by the pet, but it looks like he just does not have that much momentum. Does have quite a bit of damage for Whalers though. That Gargoyle's still able to get those Gargoyle strikes back to back with the Abomination doing quite a bit of work, but Whalers is able to deal with it. And Whalers had to pop in some offensive cooldowns, but now he's going up versus another Paladin. Pretty close match between the two, except Whalers is going in without a human racial. Try to see if he can get an auto duel. He's trying to see if he can get himself an auto duel. Buy himself those precious moments on the trinket and CDs. Can Whalers do it right now? Because he still has a race to get through as well as a lot to get through, and he's the last man over for the team 2 to try to see if he can fight through the enemy team 1 threat. Walking into this one without a trinket could. Oh my god, are we seriously going to be doing this? Alright, well, if Whalers is using the portal, then I think Ray should be allowed to use the portal too, the gate. Because at least that'll be kind of sort of fair. Blind, nothing we know about the gates, by the way. Like, if somebody takes a gate, like, I don't like people taking gates, but what can you do? Right, they're there. Trying to control somebody from not using one. It's difficult, but you can't really enforce it. Gonna be Race. Got himself a bit of a spell warden, immune to magic damage. While Whaler just trying to see if he can get himself some distance. Being a paladin, you got so much holy strike and radiant damage. None of it is really all that physical, so that immunity actually does counter your damage quite well. But looks like Whalers has been able to survive Race just pretty well, actually. And trying to maximize some damage, gonna be a big stun. Race does not have an answer unless he has a bubble. I don't think he has a bubble. Gonna be shield defenders pretty early on for Whalers. Trying to see if he can continue to play defensively, but a blind out of Race is gonna be able to break and stun to follow. Is that a hammer hanging over his head? No. Both of them playing for final Rex zooms, and Whalers actually getting quite a bit of damage to Race, but Race got himself a bubble. Whalers maybe going for a spell warden himself, does get a spell warden. Both of them are countering each other for every cooldown, and that's going to be a port for Race. Now he gets to take advantage of that bonus mobility of the gateway. Whalers though, maybe has cooldowns coming up. Whalers as well as Race both have a trinket, so it really is going to come down which one of them trinkets first or trinkets last, I think, but should be able to counter each other's stuns. Stun into Race, gonna go for a trinket. Whalers maybe could go for a sanctified, and no, not gonna do that at all. Actually gonna pop big cooldowns Race with that wall, try to see if he can dampen some of this harm, some of this damage. But Whalers with a hand of freedom, trying to see if he can catch up. Race also got a hand of freedom of his own. It's gonna go for a stun to Whalers, holding onto his trinket though. Or maybe he can't actually use his trinket yet. Might actually let him have access to his trinket for a bit. It's going to go for that lay on hands. Does Race have a lay? No! Both Paladins have used up all of their big cooldowns. The Blessing of Protection, or rather Sanctified, Blessing of Spell Warden, Blessing of Spell Warden, Bubble, as well as lay on hands, all have been used up already. Whalers does have a Shield of Vengeance, and maybe he could utilize that. in order to get counteroffensive, but it looks like Ray's trying to maybe hang back and get some cooldowns of his own. Whaler's not super excited to get in there either. Actually, he's fine playing a little bit more for the range game, just trying to maybe wait for his own cooldowns. Got himself Hand of Freedom to catch up with a stun. Ray has no answer for this one. Wake of Ashes slamming him down. Is it going to be enough though? Trying to see if he can make a play. Gonna be a counter stun by Race with a shield of evidence for Whalers with a trinket blind by Race. Got himself a shield of evidence of his own, but definitely wasn't playing super defensive while we are still at 44% dampener. Whalers, though, wants to end this duel at all if possible, but Ray's trying to use the same ability he's got in order to stay away from the guy. Looks like Whalers still has cooldowns. Ray's got wings of his own. Maybe could turn this around. Could be anyone's game. Does it stay in? Definitely wants to play defensive. Ray's gets super critically low, but Whalers is also on his last leg. Could be again anyone's game. Big Wake of Ashes does, and I'm slamming right through him. Are you kidding me? He had to wait until the wake was back up just to make sure he gets the victory. My goodness. Diabolicals does get 3 though. I feel like that shouldn't be taken away from anybody. Diabolicals did go in there and slam it out with a Felguard. But at the end of the day, Whalers and Race, that's where it just came down to a race against time between the two Paladins. And that Wake of Ashes was able to seal the deal at the end of the day. Let's get us another going here, boys, yeah? Uno mas, uno mas. I like these. These are pretty good. These are brisk. What's happening with you, Bug? What is this? I think Audacity broke. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, did Audacity die? Oh man, I think Audacity died there, chat. I paused it, and it just not responding now. I guess Audacity crashed. Oh, well, that's not good. I'm still not waiting for it to unfreeze, but we got ourselves Boris with a full new group, by the way. Boris got a new group, so we can get Lath and Worthless against him. Rogues have a big like themselves. How you doing, man? Hope you have a good one. Yeah, but the hated on Rogues is part of a class fantasy, though. You know what I mean? Being hated on by every other class, it happens, though. Hey Dal, what's up, Cursing? How you doing, my man? I just got blasted by the Prodigy. Well, good. What is going on? Yeah, Audacity is still all kinds of bug for me, man. It's still, I'm trying to wait, give it like a second, because it looks like it did fully crash. Yeah, I don't think I get to save the audio. That's actually so lame. Hold on. Is it like some kind of someone using up a lot of CPU or something? Potentially. No, just Audacity had a crash. I never had a crash with Audacity before. That's unfortunate. But that doesn't seem to be like super out of the ordinary, I don't think. Alright, weird. So I need to find a way to get the audio back. I might just have to use the actual stream footage for that. Ah, that's gonna be lame. Wait, yes. Record project. Oh, it does have it. Oh, it saved it. Oh my goodness, yeah, it saved it. Oh yes, it recovered. Hell yeah. Hopefully it hasn't recovered. It looks like it recovered. Oh my goodness. Looks like it did have it saved. Oh. Oh. We're saved. We're saved. Enough from you today, new class. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Should we ban Reds for a bit, chat? Also, last Worthless, let me know when you guys are ready, because Boris is ready and wants to go. Let me know, 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 boys. Oh, yeah. Do it. All right. If we ban reds, we got 5. Is a red one of them? So the cloak is asking. Does swap red? Yep. Yeah. Let's make that palette swap. Yeah, we'll wait for Clokey. I'll wait for Clokey because he's super nice for joining us. We'll give Clokey a chance to swap over. So Clokey is going to swap over. We're going to go a no red round. May just have to ban Demonology Warlock still, but we'll just start with a red. Got a present for your Horde friends? Okay. What is Clokey may have to swap over, so you may have to open up the group for him. That or last. I don't know which one of these guys had him there. Kevin! Oh, hell yeah, Kevin, let's go! So Warthros is ready, but he needs a +1. Let me know if you need help, need more. I will peep to see if anyone can invite your friend. So we got Kevin that wants to join in, but definitely Warthros, if you have Clokey in your team, let Clokey swap over to a Feral real quick so we can get him in here. Did we do last? Last. Also, you guys are good? Okay, so Warthros, you guys should be... Why am I getting... I guess I'm just getting tackled by that guy. Oh, wow. Alright. A banned Paladin? Yep. Why are we banning Red Paladin? First, have you seen how good Paladins are in duels? So, the chat is the one that decides it. The chat decided to do it last week, and it worked out really, really well, because it gave a lot more class an opportunity to actually play the game. Red Paladins are really, really strong. So the chat is like, alright, we're done with Red Paladins, because we had a whole week last week of Red Paladins. And a week before that. So, we're gonna set them. We'll see what it looks like with no Red Palas. Have any Red Palas? Hold on, let me actually ask him. Have any Red Palas? We doing a no Pala run. Let me see with Boris. I don't know if he got Paladins on his team or not. I miss Paladin, sorry. It's all good. Carson say nope. Okay, cool. We'll have a couple of videos for you cursing so you can see some Paladins at work. Because EU got to have a couple of Paladins in there, and they did do pretty well. But yeah, Demon Felguard is on roids. Yeah, I know, Miguel. I know. We may just have to do something about Demonology too. I do wonder how that Felguard is gonna feel after the nerfs Tuesday. We'll just have to see next week. Yeah. But I don't want to ban 2 classes at once. I would want to do, if anything, if we set any class, we only set 1. We used to do that with rogues, and even though it was like rogues and warriors or somebody that was dominated, we only set rogues. But we'll let warriors play. But there was a lot of warriors at the time. So after they filled, no! Oh, what? No. Oh, no. Wait, you guys, wait. You guys didn't wait for Clokey. He was swapping from red to kitty. He was gonna be kitty. Okay, so I guess what we'll do is this. Warthros, could you get my boy Clokey back in? Working on it. Okay. Let's get Silverhawk and let's get Boris in here. And we'll get Warthros afterwards. Yep. We'll do Blade's Edge. Just to get these duels going. Wow, nobody complained this hard about rogues. Yeah, no, they did. Mateo, I don't... Wait, chat. Do you remember the day when we just straight up banned rogues from duels for like, what, 4 weeks, 3 weeks? Yes or no? Chat, I know you gotta learn lurkers in the chat. Hit me with a yes or no. Do we ban rogues, chat? Do we absolutely ban rogues from any duels whatsoever? Because we're just dumpstering boys within 2 seconds of an opener. Busted. They got banned for a while. Yeah. Remember, yes we did. Yeah, like yes. We ban rogues. We definitely ban rogues, Mateo. So to say like no one ever complained this hard about rogues, we did. We did. All these rogues, bench. Gloosh was sad. Errorless couldn't play. Even though Errorless is the fun rogue to watch, he just couldn't play. He was like, I guess I'll go my mage. But he was super cool about it. He was like, I'll go my undergear mage. But like, oh man, no rogue. Dude, they definitely were banned. They definitely were banned. I don't know about you. maybe you weren't for those duels, Mateo, but they definitely were. I promise ya. So Twitch, again, this is temporary. Maybe after the Tuesday buzz, they won't feel super overbearing, but it's only temporary, right? The Paladins are welcome to play next week. Perfectly welcome to play next week. Again, only temporary, just for the fun, based on viewers what they say. Okay. Again, we'll be back with it next week. Promise you. Gonna be Last Walker first up versus Rot. Was it? No, looks like Rot. Maybe Rot is gonna be first up. Looks like we're trying to figure out, am I first, am I last, am I next? Assassination versus the last smoker. He's going to be playing Joe Blade, heavy play style. Potentially could be a big death mark out of him. If that's going to be a death mark, could be a big go for last smoker. Could always go removing all those dots. Is going to start beaming down the rogue with a quick shatter, trying to see if he can reduce some of the armor that he has. Is going to be quick shadows for the rogue really early on. Waiting out until the rogue goes in for a big death mark before he goes to remove all of those dots. Is trying to see if he can maintain himself big. Disintegrate to slow the rogue down. Firebrand does not have a cloak anymore. Shatter, but the rogue goes for a bit of a restyle just to make sure he doesn't get CC'd. Got himself Garrote, is going to silence him, trick it just to break the silence, into a disintegrate, nothing can stop you, doesn't go for the death mark, removing the death mark entirely, so he's taking no damage from the dot, and is able to just go slamming right through the rogue, trying to see if he can get himself a big setup, but couldn't quite do it. Smallpox is going to be up next, summoning the Valkyrie, together with the army of the undead, with a grippy hand. Nathrokum is in big trouble, needs to find a way to get away from the guy, going for living flame spam, just to catch up on healing, definitely needs to land aside all this best as he can. But honestly, with that death call at the end, oh my goodness, the Volpera taking him down. I like the name Smallpox too, you know what I mean? That's actually so cool. That's actually really like that a lot, you know, this it's so good. A Volpera and Smallpox. I don't know why I find it so hilarious. It's gonna be the Radiant. No, actually, no. Smallpox is the one that's dropping down the dome as the Radiant got himself the full army of the Undeads joining in. Does not summon up the Gargoyle just yet. Most likely could be summoning up one in just a moment. Gonna be Smallpox. Got himself a bit of a shield. Is gonna be transforming his main pet. Army of his own join in. Actually, doesn't have a lot of health to work with. Gonna be a stun. IBF for IBF. The Radiant's kind of low, but so is Smallpox. Needs himself just a little bit more globus. That or Death Strikes in order to keep himself alive. The Radiant. It looks like the health threshold is starting to switch a little bit. The Radiant is the one a little bit behind. And Smallpox does get to overpower him. And he's ready for the next one. He doesn't want to hold back. Just wants to go in for a quick death strike with a grip. It's going to go versus Huntards. Trying to see if he can slow him down. Going to be Huntards. Just trying to see if he can break away from Smallpox. Needs to go for the big execute. Is all he needs. Kill shot to follow. Kill command does end up taking him down. As the DK was walking into that door with not a lot left. Demoniac from one rogue into the next. We got us yet another assassination on the scene. With a freezing trap waiting for Huntards. Just trying to make sure he got himself a good positional. Going to be a charge trap on one side. If you shadow step to him, you're definitely going to be meeting that freezing trap. I keep forgetting the freezing trap model actually got improved so much. Look how detailed that thing looks. Like the metal bits. Oh, it's so good looking. I really think they should do that with the other traps too. Kidney shot as Demonic able to attack it from a good distance, not walking into the traps at all. It's going to be a bit of a spike. Huntards, I don't know if he's playing into that feign death to remove all those dots build, but he may need one. Death Shock him on a Demonic, able to shadow step past all of these traps, so he can pass them. It's going to be Hunter with a bit of mobility as the aspect of the cheetah is activated. Turtle Shell, as it's still dotted up, is in a bad spot right now. Goes in for Exhilaration. As Demonic goes in for a quick vanish, no Hunter's mark on him or anything. So Hunters may be in a tight spot, definitely needs to go for a freezing trap. But he knows that the rogue can attack it from a good distance away. Kidney shot, just walking in, tricking out of Hunters. Does he have anything to follow whatsoever? Scatter, feign death for just a second, but I think he's still bleeding out. I think it may still be going down either way though. Just trying to see if he can avoid the rogue. Can he do it though? Oh, shadow step by the rogue. He's eviscerating him, envenoming him down, taking the boy out of the game. Who's up next over for the team one? We got us as Diabolicus left over, as well as Artemis. Artemis looking over Diabolicus like, is it you going in? Or is it me? It looks like maybe waiting for Dia. Or Dia is the one being patient. I'm not sure, but it does give the rogue an opportunity to come back with some of his cooldowns, working back for that evasion vanish and Deathmark as well. But we'll see which one is going to be up next. With the upcoming nerfs, are definitely targeting a lot of people are complaining about. I'm not quite sure what goes beyond those people want. I think it is one for not to have one class be overrepresented compared to every other class. I don't really know what else it could do, but we'll see. Is it Artemis? He's pointing at Artemis. Is Artemis there? It looks like Artemis is the one that moved over, so maybe they're waiting for Diabolicus to go next. But I think Demonic wants to challenge Artemis specifically. Maybe wants to have a bit of a rematch between the two. I don't think the two dueled each other. Unless they dueled each other like a couple of weeks ago, maybe. That, or maybe they know each other. Artemis skulking around in that camo. Eyes are available for either of the competitor. I think if anybody picks up eyes, it's probably going to be Artemis, because at least they can send the pet over at Demonic and at least maybe establish some kind of CC. Mounting up, picking up eyes. Demonic rushing over to maybe get a sap. Does get a sap on the pet as the Death Chakra is going to be out. It's going to be kind of limited. What Artemis could really do versus Demonic does not have the pet to catch up until a little bit later. Deathmark is fully established, and Artemis definitely needs to find a way to remove it. Feign death for just a second. Definitely needs to get himself a bandage or two. Stun onto Demonic with that body shot, but looks like the rogue just absolutely ran down that hunter, did not give him a chance whatsoever. Big death mark in the opener. It looks like if Artemis does not run Mandic bandages specifically for that situation, is going to be a rough one, with Diabolicals trying to be proactive, picking up the eyes, Demonic kind of hanging out, skulking behind the pillar, but the Felguard is going to know exactly where you are, and Diabolicals setting out Demon Doggers. Demonic is kind of a tight spot, definitely needs to get some dots on the Diabolicals, and then try to see if he can avoid these pets with a full course of exhaustion, not let him go anywhere, has to drop onto the bridge, but that's exactly where Diabolicals is going to be, just get a couple of shadow balls, does go for the stun. The pets are having to find a long route to catch up to Demonics, could potentially be an access around the corner here as well, vantage by the rogue before any of the pets get established. And Diabolicals does go in for a dark pack really early on, while dots are running down through their shield. For Demonic right now, he's still taking a lot of damage though. What is hurting you? Is it a dot? There's definitely some kind of dot on you. I'm not sure exactly what he's got on you, but you're definitely hurt and you're definitely taking damage from something. I'm not really sure what. It is going to be a trick for Diabolicals, trying to see if he can take down Demonic. Cloaker shot is to follow as the Demon Doggers are rushing in. You do have all those pets slowed down with the crippling poison, but eventually they are going to be able to catch up. Smoke bomb just to give you a little bit of line of sight. Felguard could just axe toss. He just needs one more big hit, maybe a whirlwind. If the Felguard does goes in for a Fellstorm, definitely would have gotten the Demoniac out of that one. Eyes not available for either competitor. So for Demoniac right now, it's actually an opportunity to just get a breather. Sap onto the pet. Maybe get himself a stun opener onto Diabolicals. Actually, no, he just runs away, leaving his Felguard pet behind as the man trying to see if he can shadow step past him towards Diabolicals. Couldn't quite do it. Blind to the main pet. Stun onto Diabolicals. Does have himself a big shield. Demonic has a death mark coming back up very, very soon. We'll have to use the death mark here as soon as possible if you can reconnect back with Diabolicals. He has an evasion. Maybe he can use evasion in order to get away with the pet. He's able to evade the pet with a shadow step, but that's going to be access for him. This is Diabolicals just trying to see if he can walk away from Demoniac while the man is just getting savagely mauled by the Demon Doggers that did just fade. Evasion up. Kidney shot yet again. Does he have a death mark? Death mark is in. The imps could take him down. Try to go for as much damage as possible, but it's going to be a meteor coming down with the imps. With that hand of Gul'dan taking down the rogue. That is so rough. But Diabolicals does barely get to escape it, with Vox going to be up next, trying to see if he can make a play versus Diabolicals. But it kind of wants to give him what looks like a proper honor duel, more or less. He's not charging out there immediately. I don't really know if Diabolicals can get any kind of healing, unless he just goes in for like drain life on like Earthfire X or something. Like, if you could do that, right? You could just let him go and like drain off of the shaman or something. If he wants to give him like a proper honor duel. Maybe not. Looks like he's getting in. Gonna be a port for port. In cap under Diabolicals as he does send out Demon Doggers. No trick available for the Warlock. Only has a dark bag. But it's gonna go for the Axos on the main pet. Maybe he can use the gate in order to escape. Does go for the long gates. But he doesn't really have much left. More to call into Vox. At least Vox no longer has a trick. It's a Diabolical just trying to see if he can avoid him. Does he have yet another port? I don't think he has one for a while. Axel just to slow down Vox as best as he can. But it's going to be him going down to the big old monk kick at the end. That is rough, but well done either way. Small Fox catching up too. Demonic actually picking it back up little by little. Well done, boys. Well done. Hey. Yo, let's get us another one going here, boys. Yeah, unomas. Yo, down Big D at the D fam. Let's go. What's up? Shane, I know, my man. Happy Easter. Happy Easter, my guy. I forgot it is Easter. I actually forgot that it is Easter. How you doing, my man? Hope you have a good one. Lath, let me know if you're ready. I want to see if I can get Lath versus Boris. See if I can get those two fighting one another real quickly. But we'll see. Am I still getting hit by that one? Oh no, it's Warthrow this time, isn't it? Are you the... You swap druid? Was it last? Oh wait, are you guys ready? Hold on. Wait, are you joining these duels as a bear? We still have a team, right? Wait, wasn't it Warthros supposed to be next versus Boris? I think I got it confused actually. I think it's supposed to be Warthros versus Boris next. This bear just does not die. He almost got that guy killed too. That guy's almost dead too. I'm joining his DPS, but we need one. Okay. So they need Unomas. Kevin. Where's Kevin? Kevin, Warthorus needs +1. Do you guys have a group listed in LFG by chance? Yes. Raids. Legacy. Type 5 in the chat. Cool. Ready? Alrighty. Boris, let me know if you're ready. Also, while we're at it, Lath, also let me know if you're ready. Some Demon looks at the Doom Dot. Some Demon Lock spec to the Doom Dot, which generates soul shards and counters rogue stealth, possibly. But so the Doom, it doesn't take often. So maybe, I don't know, maybe that's what got the rogue out of stealth. But Doom doesn't tick like a corruption. Doom, you apply, it waits, and the final tick is at the end is when it ticks. Unless maybe the rogue got hit by Doom while he was in stealth. Maybe that's what it was, but it felt like someone was doing damage over time to him periodically and getting him out of stealth. But who knows? What's is ready? Last is also ready. We'll get Boris and we'll get ourselves a Boris and Warthorus real quick in the Rook, Black Rook hold. And then we'll get Lath right after. Lath and Warthorus. So now that we've got 3 teams, we're going to start swapping you guys around a little bit. But this last team just got to play. We'll put him on the bench for a quick 5 minutes at most. And we'll get him next for the next match, yeah? There's a Hanago Talent. Oh, is that what it was actually? That might have been it. Yeah, I forgot, because... Does anybody actually play that one? Does anybody actually play that talent, though? Be honest. Demonology Warlocks. Do you guys actually play the Umbral whatever? Was that really bad back in, like, BFA? I was pretty sure it was really, really bad unless you could, like, get, like, a random Shadow... with Sakuba's playstyle, and you could maybe get it to proc enough. Maybe that's where it was kind of okay. It was utter crap. Yeah, I was pretty sure it was utter crap. Like, I think it was one of those when they added, and the Warlocks were like, oh, okay, so we have a dead spot now. Great. We're never going to play that again. I was pretty sure it was notorious. Like, every class had a one bad Azerite trait. Some of you guys never played BFA, like, what the hell is an Azerite trait? Think of like a serious stuff, but you get to craft your own. You think it's cool, but it's not. You think it's cool, but it's not. So true. It was really annoying. It kind of worked, but not really. Vox is going to be first up over for the team 1 versus what looks like Beast and Locks on team 2. Leaping right in. I'm not sure if they really wanted to go for that gate. Usually you use that not to re-engage like this or charge in at somebody. Usually use it defensively. But he does have himself the Fat, he got himself the Tyrant, he got himself all the demons all together. Vox trying to see if he can back up out of there. But Vox backing away if those demons can catch up to him with potential an Obelisk around the corner. I feel like Beastly could take down Vox without, oh, he does end up actually avoiding a lot of these pets with the Ring Piece. Not all of them, but a good portion of them. So at least he's able to kind of evade. But look at the amount of damage Vox is taking. And Beastly so far hasn't even like really touched him. He just sent in a couple of demons here and there, dropping down Obby. He got a couple of imps. And look at the amount of damage that Vox has to deal with without Beastly not even being over there. I know it's like a pet class, but damn. Look at that thing. Vox trying to see if he can charge over to Beastly with a Karma right after. Trying to see if he can reverse some of the damage back into Beastly. And there's going to be a little bit of cleave AoE inside of the room, but hopefully he doesn't get to cleave too many of these boys out. Fear right after. Vox is kind of low on health though, rotating through every single one of his defense. A quick incap to make sure the fear does not go up, but Vox is still just left with not a lot right now. Does he back up in the arena? I don't think you really go back. You're just going to die into the fell card. It is spinning on you with one little imp barraging you. Vox trying to see if he can fight right through this. More Demon Dog is charging him. Fist of Fury, but it is going to be a big old meteor slamming down with Beastly, catching up on all the healing very, very quickly. Kevin Lander going to be up next as an Elemental Shaman. Big fan of this one. Big fan of Elemental in general. Got himself what looks like a fiery lava build, most likely that Earthshock, Frostshock combo into a Sky Fury really early on, as he is getting surrounded by all these pets. Look at his health. He's just walked in, set up a Sky Fury, and is sitting at about 60% health just in the opener versus Beastly. That is the advantage Demonology Warlocks have right now, don't they? You know what? When you guys are like in the chat, like, you know what? Everybody talks about Paladins being busted, but like, no one's looking at the Warlocks. I think the chat might be right on this one. Gonna be big zaps, but it looks like Beastly got himself a shield in order to keep himself alive. Stun onto Kevin, is able to knock these pets back for a second. Mortal Call right after, as Beastly setting up a fear, is gonna go for a big old Tyrant with all these pets empowered. Does he have himself maybe an Obelisk to empower these pets further? Then it's gonna be a Root Totem over there in order to stop these pets from moving, but Kevin, I think, is doing AOK for no second. Falcor joining in. That's gonna be Demon Doggers right after. Oh, and that's just all that damage. Got himself the Earth Elemental last second, but it didn't matter. Small box charging in, trying to see if he can get aggressive with these Warlocks, as Beast trying to see if he can mosey back over towards his side of the arena. It's going to be a dome coming down, trying to see if he can get a Vile Fiend in there. Is going to go for the port as the wall was out. Axe toss onto Smallpox, but Smallpox gripping him right back out in the open. BC actually taking a lot of damage, and Smallpox was able to just get the full army of pets of his own and overpower him right after. Jakinta going to be up next. Yet another Elemental Shaman as well, trying to see if he can get himself a big Lava Burst proc onto Smallpox. He's looking to go for as much self-healing as possible. Got himself the IBF, able to avoid the knock knockback for a second, going for death strikes back-to-back as best as he can. Jacinta got himself the Guardian Spirits in order to keep protecting him with an Earth Elemental and a Fire Elemental joining in. Ascendance Brock right now. Smallpox trying to see if he can survive past the Earth Shocks and maybe even the Frost Shocks. Jacinta with a Ghost Roll just trying to see if he can back up out of there for just a second, but a root is going to stop in place for just a moment. Earth Elemental, Fire Elemental, and just continue to blossom over at his back. But for the most part, Jacinta has been able to avoid him. Stunned for a second. Jacinta trying to go for a cast, but is going to get interrupted by the main pet as it charges in. Blind under Jacinta, Smallpox, and no help whatsoever. Just give himself a bit of a breather. Gargoyle can maybe come back in. Trying to go for as much death strikes as possible. Jacinta decides an Earth Shock, Frost Shock, any kind of combo. Light Blossom may just do it. And I think maybe, oh, it does get to take him down with a Lava Burst at the very, very tail end. Well done with the only rogues left over for the team 1. But we also got ourselves plenty over on team 2 actually. Basically was able to get through quite a lot of these guys. Jacinta having to hold the fort on their own right now if they can. It's going to be a big death mark on him. Lots of damage. Demonic not really giving him much of a chance to get out of there whatsoever. And is going to go for a couple of spikes as he's looking to retreat before the next competitor can pounce right on him. And looks like Wartha Druid is going to be that next competitor. We'll see if he can maybe potentially find the rogue. Looks like he's just going to sit out in the open with a bear form. Maybe trying to see if he can bait the rogue to open while he's got bear. And then maybe go for a bash reversal. All he needs to do is get a couple of bleeds on him. And he'll be good to go. Wait, is Rod up next? He's like, no. He's telling Rod, nope, you're not up next. Oh, that's confusing. Rod, I think got confused. Demoniac, hopefully... I guess Demoniac does get a proper opener to Warthos. Even though Warthos thought he had the right rogue, but I guess he got the wrong one. He just wiped it out in the open. He's like, yo, if I get a rogue out, I get a rogue out. Rogue? Must be him. It is the rogues, both of them are undead, so they do look very, very familiar. But Demoniac trying to see if he can back up out of there, get himself a couple of poison blades. It's going to be a shadow step onto Warthos. Does have a trigger for the Cadence shot. And Demonic just trying to see if he can back up out of there before the bleeds really do start ramping up on him. He is taking quite a bit amount of dot damage. He's bleeding out profusely. Leap by the Feral Druid, tricking by Demonic. Blind onto Warthos. Does he himself a full Cadence shot? If you have himself a full Cadence shot go, you may be okay. Warthos, I don't know if you have Bark Skin. If you have Bark Skin, maybe you'll be okay. If you got a Frenzy Regen, you might actually be okay. Needs a Bark Skin right now. Don't know if he has it. Get a shot. Not the biggest opener, but Demonic does go for Frenzy. This is going to be immediate regrowth by Warthos into a bear form Frenzy Regen right after, as long as he doesn't have too many poisons on him. He may be okay. Demonic does not have any dots on him though, so I think he's actually clean. But he cannot really quite catch himself a proper re-stealth. Ambush will follow right after. That's going to shot us up and is going to be able to take him down. But I know this hurts is going to be up next. As a Destruction Warlock this time, not a Demonology this time around. Is going to take a couple of conflagrations. But I know this hurts. Not going to charge out of him immediately. Actually, Demonic might be able to get himself a proper reset behind the pillar, right? Potentially? We'll see. Demon Burst is sick. It is so strong, man. It is really, really strong. Not even the burst either. I mean, the burst is good with that tower and everything, but even just the sustained damage of that Felguard is just quite substantial. Gonna be Demonic huddling behind the pillar. I know this hurts. Picking up the eye. Should be able to send out the Succubus. Definitely needs to send out the Succubus towards Rogue's location. The Succubus will point you to the right direction, but it won't run over there unless you actually send the pet at the Rogue. You gotta target him. You gotta send the pet. He doesn't realize the rogue is right behind him. Oh, it's unfortunate. The eyes must have ran out by now. Maybe he can go for a second pickup, but for Demoniac, I think at this point, as long as he got himself a good hidey hole, he might actually be okay and could recover a lot of health. He's waiting out for as many cooldowns as possible. I know the starts thinking of picking up the second set of eyes. Demoniac going in for a bit of a cannibalize. It does take him out of stealth, but he's able to get himself a little bit of a heal. This time, I know the starts definitely does see him. Goes for the stab. Could go for the Succubus. You see to stop the rogue from having to go. But he doesn't. Oh man, you definitely want to make sure you got a good pet control. There goes Succubus. Maybe wanted to wait until the last second. But it is going to be Demoniac going in for the undead racial. It is going to put his main trinket on cooldown. But want to make sure he breaks out of CC. I know the starts popping the defensives immediately though. Wall as well as the dark bag. That is maybe an overcommitment on defenses. But it could allow Demoniac to potentially get a win here. Possibly. Might want to go for as many... Might want to go counter-offensive. I don't even know if he could really survive this go, but it's going to be Demoniac with the Cloak of Shadows. I know this hurts. Doesn't really have much road to work with here. Maybe waiting for a Mortal Call, but it's going to be Vanish out of the Rogue. I think he does take him, and he does end up taking him out. That is just, I think maybe a bit of an overcommitment by the Warlock for early on a couple of those cooldowns in the opener. and Demonic was able to exploit it. But at that point, like, you gotta make sure you establish mobility, you gotta have some gate, you gotta have a port, you gotta have some way to escape. But the Succubus, yeah, it was rough, man. It was rough. I want to cast it to a Mage Shaman and fell in love with Enhance, which is more fun, necessarily care about meta. Major Warlock. I think Warlock's looking really fun, Mateo. I'm a big fan of Warlock. The tier systems look really, really good. I definitely would go for Warlock. And those are looking like really, really good right now. Next up is going to be Demonic versus Dali. Rogue versus Rogue. Eyes available for one side and available not for the other. So honestly, the Rogues might just end up gravitating towards the Eyes, looking for each other. Phantom Knights could get each other out. Sab, Dali in the opener. Demonic does have a trick in case he needs to. This is where Dali needs to maximize his damage before Demonic can really have a go. Getting a shot as he goes in for a shadow step. Maybe he could go for evasion. No, has another shadow step at the ready. It's going to be tricked out of Dali really early on. Demonic with an evasion. But Dali does not set up a death mark on him early enough. Cheap shot, but it's going to be incredibly DR. Demonic just trying to see if he can run away. Actually, there is a death mark on him. Or is there? I don't see a death mark. I think he literally tried to use death mark, but I think Demonic might have been able to evasion it entirely. I'm not seeing the man burning down to death mark. It's actually going to be able to reverse it onto Dali instead. Did you just evasion his death mark? That is actually so mean. Oh my goodness. Demonic going back with 4? All right. Rogue's looking pretty good then, huh? Let's get ourselves another one going here, boys, yeah? Let's get ourselves Warther and Lath. Warther, Wrath, let me know if you guys are ready. It'll be good to go. Warthorus and Lath, let me know if you guys are good to go, boys. And we'll be ready for yet another 5v5 1v1 duel. We lost one? Okay. Do you need my... What did you guys lose, or are they swapping over? Did you guys lose somebody, or are they just switching over to another guy? Clokey. Did you guys ever get Clokey back? Maybe you guys can get Clokey back in. Maybe? Where am I at? 260... How many duels are we in? 260... Oh, DF... NA, 260... Oh, God, okay. Well, there goes the bear drop. That's so mean. Dancing on my corpse. Gonna go Hunter? Alright, sounds good. Were you with Team Warthros, Malachi? Were you the 5th that they're missing? Potentially? Also, Boris, let me know if you're ready. I think it was, yeah. Yeah, was it the Rogue, Higo, and Hunter? So you guys should be good to go. You know where to find them, right, Malachi? Probably? No? Oh, was there another one besides you as well? Man, tired of it. Mr. Give Cocoon to the effing pet. My Mr. Give Cocoon to the pet? I mean... Cringe Doctor Bar. I mean... You know, maybe that pet needed it, you know what I mean? Maybe that man is just another level of existence. Ritual, one swapping over. Okay. Sounds good. Just listed. We got a second group here listed, boys. If you guys want to join them. Raids Legacy with Clokey and Warther was in that team. They need 2 more. Actually, 1 more, and it should be good to go, I think. 1 more. Delete WoW. Like for Blizzard to delete WoW? Yeah, I do agree with you on that. I think it'd be a good idea, you know. You just have a new patch, you have a new expansion, patch 1 is coming out, everybody's excited for it, but yeah. Dude, I feel like every time I just need a break, man. You're queuing way too many solos. It's like that with any competitive game. It'd be like that with Overwatch, it'd be like that with League, it'd be like that with every other game, my guy. You just gotta take a breather. People overuse this sentence, touch some grass, but like go outside, smell some breath of fresh air, take a break, man. You know what I mean? It's super easy to just dive into that like rabbit hole of just like gaming, trying to get that rating, trying to get super competitive, and then you just get super invested and you just tilt yourself, you know? Like no man was designed to just hardcore grind through something like solo queue or ranked for like hours on end. It's something you pop in for a bit, get some progress, do something else. Honestly, it's healthier. Is I'm a legend achievement? No, F it. What does it mean? What is a legend achievement? What is a legend achievement actually? I haven't seen that. But Chicago, how you doing, beautiful? Hope you're having a good one. Do you want to join? Warthros needs a +1. Boris, Lath, let me know if you guys are ready. I need to know whose team is ready to verse each other. Because Warthros and Boris just dueled each other. I don't know if Lath or Boris still have a team or not. 100 wins at 2400 rating solo queue. Is that what that is? Legend? Oh, Legend, Dragonflight Season 1. 100 waging solo queue at the end of it, and you got a title? I mean, I guess that's cool. That's neat. 100 rated solo queues at elite rank during Dragonflight Season 1, so you're like 700 points way above that. Just woke up. Are you good, my guy? Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got it done. Like, do you have any more to do, Capitano? Because you could just take a break, man. Just level some alts, have some fun. Do what seems like fun, you know what I mean? Boris is ready. All right, we could probably get Warthros versus Boris or Lath. Lath. I don't know if you typed in ready recently or not, but let me know if you still have a group or if you're done for the night, my guy. Hold on, let me just whisper you. Have a group or done for the night? My face. See if you're still around. Chicago's here. Chicago, if you want to join up with Warthros, I got a group already for to go. This is a show. Thanks for the words. I know, but it feels good to hear. Dude, everybody just needs it, right? We've been good. Okay, so Lath is actually ready. We're gonna get Lath versus Boris. I definitely want to get Lath. You know what? Let's get Lath versus Boris real quick, and then we'll go Warthros versus Lath afterwards. Boris and Silver Hawk 5. We'll do Dalaran Sewers, I guess. Yeah, we haven't done those yet. So while Warthros is looking for a +1, which you guys can find in the Raids Legacy section, just go into Raids Legacy for PvE side of things, like Dungeons Raids, Private Group, Raids Legacy. And then type in something different. Okay, I'll give you a second. I'll give Boris a second. Give Boris a second, boys. But yeah. We'll give the group in here, but what am I lost my train of thought here completely. Dungeons Raids, Pyramid Group, Custom PvP, no Custom PvP, Raids Legacy section. Somewhere in here. There we go. Raids Legacy, pop. And you got yourselves 5 in a search, and you should be able to find Warthros groups with a +1 needed. Chicago can join it if you wanna. Chicago and Nats are legit my favorite to watch. I'll watch all of you. Dude, they're so good. The boys have been around for a while too. Ready? Alright, cool. We're gonna try doing the Dalaran Sewers again. See how it goes. Get up with Warrior, but he's AFK. It's like gotta bear bomb these nerds. He's bear bombing. He is bear bombing. Bear bombing some nerds out here. Danger Requiem. Okay, we're gonna try for Dalaran Sewers again. Uno mas. And we'll see if that works. Otherwise, we'll go for like hook point or something. Yay, we got him. Beautiful, yeah. Hope you guys are all having a good one, by the way. Welcome back, everybody, to a regular, wonderful live stream. I don't know why I'm doing welcome back right now. It's a random time to do it. We've been watching the duel for a good, hour, Dad. By saying welcome back now, just in case. Oh man. Alrighty, did I save that one? I'll just double check here. I can never remember if I saved or not saved. Oh my god, look at that. Next frame, please. The FPS I lose whenever I do these the duels is weird until I press my key binds to like apply a background, apply a foreground, all those things. Alrighty, boys. So that one's saved. Beautiful. Alright, so Twitch. Got ourselves Team 2 together with Diabolicals on that team, charging out. Doridian, Az on a Holy Death in the back. Auctional top and Frozen some around. Huntard's over in the Beast Mastery Lath, as well as Artemis at the ready. It's gonna be Kevin Lander over at Team 1. We got a Rod, we got a Smokebox. Gonna be first up versus Diabolicals. A Death Knight with the army of undeads versus a Demonology Warlock with the army of, well, demons, being a demonology and all. Trying to see if he can go for a stun before the tyrant comes out, but Smallpox is gonna have to surround him by all these pets. Does go in for a blind on the main tyrant, but I don't really know if he'll be able to escape it entirely. The tyrant, I think, still barely. No, he doesn't have light inside anymore. Some of you on dead pets are getting caught in the waterfall, however, which is unfortunate. Axos onto Smallpox, trying to see if he can give Diabolicals out in the open. As long as the Gargoyle, the Valkyrie, can see you up in the sky, you should be good to go. Smallpox is back there with an IBF, though. He's not doing all that healthy right now. Maybe in a bit of a trouble. is just trying to see if he can potentially escape some of these undead, some of the demons. But do the undeads chase? Actually, no. He looks like he swapped in all his pets on the defensive. Maybe he can get his pets to join in and just maybe lock down the Felguard. Trying to see if he can go for a bit of an AMS. As pets, oh, what the? A random hippo. Maybe the hippo wanted to join in. He saw the demon dog and he saw the Felguards and everything's like, oh, I'm charging out. Smallpox was a little bit oh, blind on the pet. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. They're trying to be like, wait, hold on. We're gonna make sure the duel is fair. What is happening? I think it's more or less back to normal. I think it was just a misclick by a hunter. I don't think they meant to do it, but a Mortal Coil is going to be able to lock down the Unholy Death Knight as the Demonology Warlock just evaded him long enough for the pets to do enough work. That was a little bit interesting. Again, I think that was just a simple misclick. I think it was a simple misclick. It doesn't look like Hunter's. Yeah, he's literally looking at a wall. He's sorry. He's literally putting his face in the corner. He's saying sorry. He's saying sorry, okay? He's saying sorry. Just leave him alone. Mistakes happen. It's okay. Is it you next, by the way, Demoniac? Are you supposed to be next? He's giving the man a death stare over there. No, it looks like it's going to be Walks up next as a monk is joining in. Diabolical's trying to see if he can reposition Monk, making sure to get a port just so he can have himself a bit of a retreat. Actually, it looks like it is going to be a port. Maybe he should have put the port where exactly where Diabolical's port was. It's going to be the Axe Toss. Valgard coming in, but goes in for Lexi before the Axe Toss completes. Karma to follow, turns around. Maybe those demons will end up attacking Vox while he's covered up. Maybe they'll end up transferring the damage over back to Diabolical's, trying to see if he can drop the Tyrant. Actually putting quite a bit of pressure onto the Warlock. Does the Warlock have any more mobility or any more crack control? Does go in for the Warlock Hellstone with the Soul Burn. Maybe he can go for a gate, trying to go for a Tyrant. Tyrant is out, needs himself CC, but Oxley, no, it looks like Vox does end up taking it down. Hunter is not letting this Hunter escape, or this Monk escape whatsoever. The pets around him is going to go down to the bleeds though. Oh my goodness, but the Warlock does go down. I feel like it's been a long while since we've actually seen something like that. My goodness. I feel like Warlocks normally never die, but a Monk was able to bypass the Demonology. He was able to stay on him and really deny the Tyrant, and that's what really I think the Warlock needed, is just maybe one extra cooldown, one more mobility, or just a proper Tyrant early on, and then would have been able to dominate pretty well. Is it going to be Demonic up next? Potentially Kevin? Looks like it is going to be Kevin up next versus Huntards, as the Hunter got his pet sending all the way over to Kevin. Is it going to be? It looks like, I think it is Kevin. I think it is Kevin. Demonic is rushing with him. I think they're trying to figure out who's gonna be first, who's gonna be next. I think they're talking in like their, yeah, I think they're trying to figure out who's next, who's first on the team. And Hunters is gonna reposition. They're not sure either. They're not sure either. They're just like, wait, is it you next? Is it me next? Who's up next? Who is going next? They're just confused. Nobody wants to be the bad guy in these deals. Everybody's trying to be super nice about it. Is it Kevin next? Demoniac, I think, is protesting maybe. Is it Artemis? Why is Artemis attacking Demoniac? Oh, he just left. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe Demonic was supposed to go next, but I'm not sure. Is Hunter stunned 5 seconds on the DK? Wait, did Hunter actually stun the DK? I didn't even notice. Oh, it looks like they're resetting. Okay, are we going again? Looks like we're going again. I think Demonic convinced the team like, we're gonna go again. I think when the DK and the Warlock were fighting, I think Demonic is saying the Hunter stunned the DK, like he was intimidation. I didn't realize it was intimidation in there. But we can go again. We can go again. Do we do the same arena? I kind of want to mix it up with arena now. I want to do a hook point now. We're gonna go again real quick before the teams really get all separated from each other. Just re-queue it really quickly into a different arena. I don't want to... We'll come back to Down Servers later. How does that sound? It's a bit of a different arena, different environment. I don't know if you guys want to keep the same order of who's dueling or whatnot. Just gotta throw in a different environment though. Just because I like the variety. But yeah. Yeah, I sent him an accident trying to type. Oh, you're good, you're good. I didn't realize it was a stun. It looked like the pet charged over to him. And that was it. I thought that's all that happened. But we're gonna go again, boys. We're gonna go again. Uno más. Uno más, uno más, uno más, uno más. Alrighty, who do we got? We got ourselves. I guess I should reintroduce them. Reintroduce these boys. Because I don't know if the first 5 minutes of this with the other, with the down one sewers is gonna work out. Team 1, we got ourselves Kevin Landers over in the Elemental. We got Rod as a sub-rogue. Assassination rogue. We got an Owl the rogue is Demoniac, I just realized. Just realized, I didn't even notice it last time. Vox on a Windwalker, Smallpox. Is it gonna be Smallpox again versus? They're missing one over for the team too. Wait, Quartz? They're missing out Diabolicals, but they end up getting Quartz instead. I thought we decided no Paladins today. Is it Quartz first? I thought we decided no Paladins for the day. Did Diabolicals end up going on a Paladin or something? Is that the same guy? What did they swap out Diabolicals? Or did Diabolicals bail? I'm not even sure, but it's gonna be Smallpox versus Quartz. Immediately bubbles it as he's got him some wings, trying to see if he can cut down the army of the undead. Immediately, that's Diabolical, immediately going in for the most amount of damage possible. But Smallpox trying to see if he can fight past the quick blind on the Paladin. No more forbearance. This is where Smallpox, I think, needs to maximize the damage. So a lot of the pets do get blinded by that holy blind, of course. But trying to see if he can fight through Smallpox. Does not have a lot of defenses. May just have to rotate every single defense to fight through the holy damage of Quartz. Got him some big wake of actions, mad amount of radiant damage. Smallpox trying to see if he can survive this. May want to grab the Paladin back in. Big hammer hanging over the man's head. May just go down to the hammer. Look at the Quartz's damage though. He doesn't even want to be in melee. He got so much range from Smallpox, he doesn't have to worry about it. AMS does end up surviving past the Executor's sentence. Army of the Dead join in the Squirts, have himself yet another immunity. This year, maybe Spell Warden or Blessing of Protection. Gonna be Smallpox breaking out of the stun with the IBF. Main pet empowered. The Army of the Dead wants to get in there versus Squirts. Is gonna grip him back over to the army. Actually, super low in health, but Smallpox somehow surviving, but barely though. Quartz got himself a little bit of healing. Does he get to slamming down past the DK with his back-to-back final verdicts? I was about to call it final regs, but I think it is a final verdict. And that's going to be Demoniac. Kind of charge over to Quartz, gave him a second, give him a breather. Blessing Protection immediately is Demoniac trying to see if he can back up out of there. But look at that range damage. Quartz isn't even a melee class, is he? He's literally a cast to a degree. Look at how much range he got. He got a stun from a good distance away. Demonic took us out of this one with a killing spree, trying to reduce some of the damage he's taken, but that's a mad hammer hanging over his head. Could go down to just the physical damage of Quartz as he got himself a big shield event. As Demonic trying to see if he can punch through the shield, but the damage that an Outlaw can do is just not quite there. It sometimes can be if you go for a shadow. If you go for a shadow dance and maybe a couple of ambushes, maybe you can make a play. But it's going to be a blind for Demonic. Needs to get himself as much self-healing as possible. The Rook actually does have a lot of self-healing elements. Like if you pick up all the healing stuff, all the healing buffs, all the stamina increases, you actually can be quite like durable. Surprisingly durable. But it's going to be Quartz trying to go for a little bit of healing. Demonic trying to see if he can back up out of there. Just trying to see if he can find himself a bit of a better positional advantage here versus Quartz. No more bubble to work through, no more bop or anything. So like you actually got a Paladin that doesn't have any big immunities anymore, but he has a lot of sustained damage. If Demonic can get himself a good setup of buffs, and maybe get himself a drone rush, and maybe pre-feint a Hodge or something, he might be okay, as long as he maybe goes for a disarm as the wings come out. Gonna be Quartz, get himself, I think, a random pack of wings or real wings? I'm not even sure. I think actual real wings, so if you can just avoid the wings from Paladin, a lot of this damage you can just at least evade. So at least he's got that. He was able to force out wings out of the pally. The wings are a minute CD though, in the last one, like what, 20 seconds? So he is gonna have a pretty good uptime on those things. But he should be able to at least avoid him. Maybe those proc wings? I'm not even sure. The wings on the Paladin, like the Y on the right hand side, it just doesn't ever put wings on cooldown, so it's really hard to tell. It's impossible to tell. Wall off of Quartz, in case there's going to be a big damage on Demonic. Shield of Vengeance up really early on. If Demonic can maybe live through the Shield of Vengeance, he may be okay. Cloak Shot is coming back up very soon. Trying to see if he can avoid any kind of pally damage as the hammer is hanging over the man's head. May just take him down. Does he go down to the hammer? Oh, he does end up going for a feint last second with a hammer. And he does have a Cloak of Shadows coming back up very soon. Most likely with an evasion as well, too. Bubble back up for Quartz. If you can somehow get an interrupt onto Quartz, you may be okay. If you can somehow get away from Quartz, he goes in for a cast, try to get himself a bit of a heal, and you can land an interrupt if he doesn't go for the instant cast. Maybe, just maybe, you can get past it. But we'll see. But what Transmog is the Paladin using? That's using the Sulfurus, the Ragnaros weapon, the classic version. Gonna be a reroll of bones for the Rogue. Blind immediately by Quartz as he goes in for that human racial out of the kidney immediately. Cloak of Shadows for Demoniac, trying to see if he can maybe get some damage versus Quartz. Does he himself another go? Stun out of that Cloak of Shadows. It's gonna be a quick trick, but Demoniac with advantage right after, trying to go for a bit of a reset, but Quartz on fire with those wings. You know that's where the Rogue does not want to fight him while wings are active. That is rough. And looks like Quartz is gonna try to maybe pick up ice. Wait, and he's trying to see if he can bait the Rogue to sap him really early on. Does he get you? Also, I like how the pet is right over here. It looks like it's eating that seaweed, doesn't it? Does it look like the hippo's eating the seaweed? I swear it looks like it's eating the seaweed. Swear to God, it looks like it. Bubble out for Quirts really, really early as Demonic just goes in for like an ambush opener. So Quirt's big immunity out. I think he's just trying to see if he can finish out Demonic. Became hanging over the man said, I don't know if you really got a way out of this one. I think it's just going to be done for this count. Oh my God. Paladins versus Rogues, man. Absolutely just putting him into the ground. Quirt's also playing a Judgment playstyle too, where Judgment do end up cleansing his Flame Shocks. Like the last off for Kevin, got himself a big Sky Fury at the ready. Wants to go for a bunch of Lava Bursts with that Ascendance. He needs himself yet another Ascendancy procs at all. Does not get to knock back the Paladin whatsoever. What is going on? Wall right now. Kevin just taking so much damage. Quirt's blasting them out to smithereens. Has a big hammer hanging over his head. I don't know if he end up surviving this one. Do you? Maybe. It is going to be a full root into Quirts. Does not have himself a Hand of Freedom. Going to be Capacitated Totem right next to the Shaman. Tried to go for a bit of a Lava Burst, but it's going to be Quirts breaking out that one very, very quickly with a hot follow versus Kevin. Blind right after does not give Kevin a chance to play the game whatsoever. Oh my goodness. Big wake up ashes to follow. Kevin trying to go for a big Lava Burst. Can he do it? Sky Fury does give him some Mad Burst. What is that? Oh my God, the Shaman. No way! This guy did not give up whatsoever! Are you kidding me? What a Lava Burst Earthshock combo! This man better be given an honor duel. Huntard, you better give this man a chance to recover in health. I swear. You better give him a chance. No, he's not gonna. Oh my goodness! I thought that was glorious. That guy was insane. But it looks like Huntard is not going to give him an opportunity to at least go for a full reset. Kevin at least does have back-to-back Earthshocks, so maybe he can make something work off of this one. Got himself a little bit of healing surge. Dampening isn't the highest. It is definitely up there, but it's not the highest. Big zaps on a Huntard. Actually able to get quite a bit of damage. Maybe can go for another Earthshock or Lightning Bolt combo. Trying to maintain his health the best he can. Not a lot of mana left. Kill shot. Oh, it does end up going down. That is unfortunate. Definitely, I would have loved to see that man get an honor duel. Phantomized by Rod, trying to make sure the Huntards also does not get himself a proper honor duel here either. Trying to make sure that he gives him a bit of his own medicine. Trinket, but a freezing trap is going to stop him in place. Let's just try to see if he can catch back up to Huntards. Does have a turtle shell with a charge trap. Full death mark is on you. That could be really bad for Huntards. Got himself a little bit of health to work with the fortification of the bear. But at this point, I think he's just going to melt out to the Zots, right? Not much you can really do in that situation. Yeah, just getting spiked up. That is unfortunate. Steel Trap does cap him out with Artemis going to be up next. Got himself big grenade versus Rod. Trying to see if he can get some damage out to that guy. That's going to be a big death chakram to follow as Rod is going to take quite a bit of damage. So Artemis locking it out with a stun. No chicken available for the rogue. Artemis just needs one big kill shot. Do they have it right here? Body shot doesn't quite catch Rod in it. Cloak of Shadows in case there's a hunter's mark on him. But the bleed is still on Rod. Blunge Artemis. Does the spider end up taking you down? Does have a disarm with a spike. Maybe kidney shot. Grenades are in. I think the dots have set in. Maybe try to get some dots back into Artemis, but Artemis I think is going to be able to take him down right there with a quick kill shot. With Vox charging in right next. Trying to go for leg sweep. Does not get to attack leg sweep at all on the Hunter. Maybe got the pet, but definitely not the Hunter. Turtle shell immediately for Artemis as Vox went in for the big strike of the Windlord into a freezing trap just to stop him in place. Does Artemis have a camo? Does have a camo, does have a reset. This is where Vox needs to find him, trying to see if he can maybe spin him out of the open. Eyes are available for both ends, so this is where Vox either needs to find him or pick up eyes immediately. Artemis is given at least an opportunity to catch up quite a few heals, at the very least. But do they get himself a proper heal though? Looks like actually able to recover. Vox does not want to go for the eyes whatsoever. Maybe he's expecting that by this point Artemis would have gotten all the cooldowns. Maybe he's trying to be extra safe. Does not want to take 5% extra damage from Survival Hunter. But Artemis at the ready is going to go for the Serpent Sting really early on though. Got a trap right around the corner. Should be able to trap Vox in his place. It is going to stop him in place for just a second. Does have attack his loss in order to catch up. Lexup doesn't have close landing. Artemis full cooldowns at the ready. Does he have some of the big go? Trying to see if he can catch him. It's going to be a body shot stopping him in place. Going to be coordinated assault immediate for Artemis with a stun right after. Big grenades to follow. Karma is going to be upon him. Does he have maybe way to feign death the Karma damage? Maybe potentially medic bandages. No, I think it's going to be going down. Try to see if you can puncture through the Karma, but it's still held on. Vox was doing A-OK. Last charging in. Does not want to give Vox any recovery whatsoever. Disintegrate with a shatter. Try to see if he can jab over to the Evoker. Big mastery buff at the ready. Try to see if he can stay on him. Oh, to a disintegrate taking him down, I think. Yeah. There's just no way to escape the dragon like that at the end. My goodness, Squirts actually did a lot of damage. But Kevin turned it around on that guy. That was well done, dude. That was so good. I like that. Let's get us another one going here, boys, yeah? Let's get probably Worthless. And I think we gotta get Lath up next, maybe? Potentially. Chilled. Oh, okay. And next week, maybe? So Chilled can't really play at the moment. His mouse is not really going all that good. Chicago's leading my group. Okay. I'm lead already. Sounds good. Tank, that's Diabolic. Yeah, that's Diabolical. Okay. Is Diabolical gonna go back into Warlock? Wait, what's more scarier? Diabolical on the Warlock or Diabolical on the Paladin? I don't even know. So Lath is ready. I don't care why I want Outlaw is terrible right now. Dude, Outlaw, it can do okay, but it's definitely like, wait until the next tier set, man. The next tier set looks really solid. It's sad to say that, man, just wait until we have this armor thing from the next patch. Like, I really hope that somebody at Blizzard like looks at Outlaw and just like plays it for 5 minutes, and then it's like, oh yeah, this thing doesn't really do much, does it? Yeah. And it's like, okay, well this thing at least has CC, but we're about to gut CC in the next patch, so yeah, even less of a reason to play this thing. I'm just hoping somebody looks at it and it's like, you know what, let's just buff it up a little, you know? But maybe that tier set, because that thing looks really strong in the next patch. Maybe if they keep the tier set as it is, then at least we'll have some damage. It'll be a lot of damage from tier set, but at least damage is damage. You know, Warlock for sure, Demon's busted AF, you think so? Alright, we'll get Chicago versus Lath in here real quick. Later match. Silver Hawk and Chicago. Yo, Boris, I'll get your team in here in a second, yeah? Chicago, Silver Hawk. 5. Do we do down in sewers? Let's do Lord Aron. Lord Iron. We don't really do a lot of Lord Aron. Legendary. What is the epic or legendary so first? I think it was a legendary. Yeah, I think it was the classic one, which was like the unique weapon. Rikyu. I was analogy. Okay, we can then do. I guess now we'll do Dalaran sewers. Yeah, we'll do Dalaran sewers instead. I was gonna do Lord Aron, but now we can do Dalaran. There we go. There we go, boys. I think where Diabolical's Outlaw is good in is maybe like a group situation, like a 2s or 3s, because it has a lot of control. It is a spec that actually does really well in 2s specifically, but it's just like its damage is just whatever really right now. You know, like rogues in general, the damage is kind of whatever. But yeah. If a Falcon beats me 1v1 as a rogue with no CDs in this game, there's no problem, it's a major problem. I mean, it is a pet class, so they're supposed to be reliant on their pet, but like, there is definitely like, okay, that's a little much kind of situation, right? It's one of those like, ooh, kinda much, you know. We got Evokers here. Oh, whoa, whoa, oh god, frames. They're all gone. My frames. Oh, no, not my frames. Come back. Okay, I'll just skip that over there for now. Don't remember if I saved that or not. Switch. We got ourselves Team 1 with the Radiant on the Frosty DK. Last Evoker on the Evoker going to be first up versus Dracthoros, dude. The Dragon v Dragon. It's really open early on for Dracthoros with a tip the scales with a big firebend disintegrate for disintegrate. Both Evokers just blasting each other out. It looks like Last maybe just slightly ever behind. Actually, no, they're kind of more or less closer than I thought, really. Both of them do have the big masters blaring right now. Immunities for CC for both Lath as well as Drag. Lath trying to see if he could live this damage with a wall right now, but Drag's still holding on to his wall. Now it's getting used up, and Lath may be a little bit behind when it comes to CDs. Does try to go for a bit of CC with Drag, trying to go for sleep of his own. I don't know if the Fire Breath really even connected. I am not sure if that properly connected, but it may have. Both of them just beaming each other down. Is going to be an interrupt on the Dracthoros, who's going to retreat behind the pillar, trying to see if he can catch up very, very quickly. I forgot how mobile Evokers are, like with the hovers. You don't really see them in the duels all that often, but whenever you do see some, they're just so all over the place. And Return to Search trying to set up for Lath, doesn't quite get himself a proper Return to Search, is going to get interrupted on the blue, got himself a little bit of green healing, trying to establish some kind of CC before Worthless is able to go for a big old setup. Big fire breath, actually just gonna go for that simple fire breath, just a dot, just to hopefully get himself quite a few procs. Roar onto, with a root onto Lathmoke, is kind of trapped up, but it's gonna end up going for a little bit of a self-healing of his own. Does have Dracthoros on the ropes right now. Big damage with the deep breath into a disintegrate, almost has him down, does go for a shot. Living Flame doesn't take him down right here. Looks like he's trying to see if he can end them right now. Shatter to follow. Drac looking for a little bit of a re-heal right now, and Lath, it looks like he was not able to really chase after him. Drac ended up recovering quite a bit here. Wall getting used up. I think actually immune to an ACC for a little bit. Drac, or Lat, does have himself a bit of that regenerating red magic in order to heal up the damage that he's taken. Nullifying shout for Dracthoros in case there's going to be any kind of CC from either one. It looks like Lath made a full recovery. All the damage from Drac was able to recover all of it fairly quickly. But he does play that ability on a slightly longer cooldown too. Both Evokers got themselves Shrouds. Lath trying to see if he can catch up to Drac. Drac is the one with a mastery buff, just trying to see if he can maximize the damage. He's going to try to go for a deep breath, kind of using it for mobility rather than damage. Lath also has a mastery of his own. He's going to pop the Dragon Rage himself as well. Both Evokers are maximizing damage. Lath is taking a lot of output. Oh, and Drac does end up taking him down. I don't know if it was a proc or what got him, but he was able to take him. Still has a mastery burning for a little bit longer versus Dalaran, but he's definitely going to have to play it very, very defensive. Wants to go for a bit of healing. Trinket, oh, but an Obliterate does cap him down though. My goodness. Oh, both of these Evokers just came out guns blazing, but as fast as they burst each other, they fall just as quickly. That is crazy, man. Shadhound going to be up next as a marksman onto versus Dalaran, trying to see if he can get himself maybe potentially a better angle versus the Frosty Death Knight. Does get knocked away from the pillar. Does he realize more or less where Shadhound is? He does not. He doesn't really have a guess either, but he does like the fact that he's next to the pillar and he likes being able to hang out by the pillar. Shadhound does have him in a good spot. Does land inside him last second. Walking away from the charge trap. May want to go for like a freezing trap, binding shot, or something if you want to lock him down for real. But he's going to try to see if he can get another trap, freezing trap. Does he just go play off of that? At this point, Dalaran better make a play. Either go in offensive or defensive. Try to see if he can grip Shadhound to him into immediate blind. Going to be disengaged with a trinket. But Shadhound does get hit with a stun. Dalaran got himself full cool, does it already. Try to see if he can maybe maximize the obliterate. It's back to back, doing quite a bit of damage over Shadhound. Oh, and just slamming right through him. My goodness, I know this Hurd is going to be up next, just rotting down Dalaran with all these dots. No more AMS available. Could maybe go for an IBF. Does going for Trinket. Main to go for an IBF, trying to go for as much self-healing as possible, but he's still taking so much damage. Does end up putting, I know this hurts, into a block of ice with Amorphous Winter. Is going to pull him back out in the open, but I think the Warlock with those dots is going to be able to take him down at the end of the day. Artemis up next, marking the Warlock for a second here. Going to be throwing him dots and the grenades. This is where I know this hurts. He needs to get the dots on the pet, as well as the dots on Artemis whenever he can, and then maybe just go for drain lives because he actually can get a lot of healing from the pet as well as the hunter. He's gonna go for that, not a trinket, no, it is just very, very DR, I guess. I was gonna say, was that a stun? Actually, just super DR, actually immune to these stuns. Try to see if he can establish a hunt onto Artemis, but honestly, if he has a hunt build, may just want to put the hunt on the pet as well while getting dots on Artemis, because at least this way you're able to get both of them dotted. At least that hunt damage is at least amplifying on both of them. It's going to be Dark Glare. May need to go for a bit of healing. Maybe in trouble trying to go for Drain Life in the last second, but Artemis is able to take him down as the guy does fall very, very low. And it looks like Chicago is going to be next. Maybe wants to give Artemis a bit of an honor duel here. Potentially. Maybe. Looks like he is giving him as much of an honor duel as possible as Artemis. Feels fairly confident. Go for a nice little bow with Chicago. Chicago is way too honorable in these duels sometimes, man. Way too honorable. So is Kragar too, over on the EU. Some of these boys are just way too honorable, where they'll do it to their own detriment. But I like it though. I like the honorable duels. I like the no BM to one another, giving respect to the other person. Yeah, it's definitely respectful. Like, even if you end up giving them an honorable duel and you lose when you're the one given the honorable duel, I mean, it's still got respect in my books. You know, you're still a winner in my books. Is how I see it. Artemis sending out the pets. Chicago swapping attention onto the spider and actually going to be able to take down the spider, squashing the thing very, very quickly. Artemis is going to have to resummon the pet whenever possible. Maybe a turtle shell situation for them as well, as Chicago trying to see if he can deny him any kind of reset. It's going to go behind the pillar, going in for a bit of a revive pet. Was able to find himself a bit of a breather. but Chicago still should be able to have a lot of pressure. Do they just stay on the pet the entire time? As long as they just cleave off of the pet, I think they may be okay. It's going to send in the LA Blast of the pet. I think it's what Artemis actually using Survival of the Fittest, maybe for self-defense, but also for the pet. Big LA Blast to follow Raptor. Does Chicago end up taking him down? Body shot to follow. Isn't in a range, but Chicago can maybe still reach him with big zaps, or maybe we get another LA Blast, continuing to put the pressure onto the pet. At least building lots of maelstrom off of the pet, able to catch up a little bit of healing. Versus Artemis, got himself the Thunder Charge to give himself a little bit of damage. Zapper onto Artemis is going to force him in the Turtle Shell. This is where Chicago, I think, could just sit and just maybe DPS down the pet. Freezing Trap, get eaten by one of the Raptors, which is perfect for Chicago. If they can get back over towards Artemis, looks like the main pet is actually taking a lot of damage from the Raptor. If only he could have a better control of these Raptors, because then it was prevent that many damage from the Hunter with a static with a lasso by Chicago, getting knocked out, knocking Artemis back out in the open, which actually is helpful towards Artemis. But if Chicago has himself maybe just enough maelstrom, maybe they can get back over there and blast out Artemis, who is going for as many bandages as possible, as many bandages as you can really get. And is able to catch up quite a bit of healing. Steel trap around the corner. Artemis playing around their traps, playing around the pillars, playing around cutting out and controlling Chicago as best as possible. The Gold Raptors do join in. This way you will want to go for feign death if at all possible. But the Raptors are going to attach a little bit extra damage to you. And for Chicago, LA Blasts are going to be so much more impactful. If you're going for maybe, I think only you think you can really do is LA Blast, that or a fatty Frost Shock like the last after that. And it's going to be a big sound to end it. With Short and Deadly possibly up next. Or maybe Quartz? Quartz, I think, just got himself a random Wings proc. I don't think it's actually him. I think that's what he will just make sure. Like, is that a Wings proc? Or is that a real Wings? Gonna be a bow? You can't really see Short and Deadly bowing inside of the back. But it definitely did go for a slash bow there. Try to give Chicago also another honorable duel. Reflect up as he charges in. Going to be knocked back. Yet another charge by the Warrior. Trying to see if he can blast out through Chicago. But looks like he's going to get knocked off again. That or just blaze storm on the platform. Mad damage over Chicago. Does the Shaman survive this? May need to call upon the Guardians. Ancient Guardians in order to be able to help him out. Raptors join him. Barry out for Short and Deadly. Big Alabaster follow. Lightning Elastic does have a trinket for it. Chicago trying to go for as much self-healing as possible. But a 43% dampening. There's only so much you can do. Battle Master Trinket falling off. Has himself a little bit of Maelstrom going back up little by little. Earth Shield available. Trying to go for as much cooldowns as they can. But honestly, at this point, knocked down, knocked back with a charge by Short and Deadly, but does get rid of for a second. Not able to really capitalize on a Stormbolt. Does give Chicago a bit of a chance here. Short and Deadly has himself second win in case he's ever super low on health. He can just start regenerating a lot of it. As long as he doesn't take too much damage from Chicago when it comes to like taking damage through his health bar. Trying to see if he can break past the Shaman's defenses. Shaman trying to see if he can avoid him. Mad damage. I don't even know what that was. Mortal Strike. Chicago hit with a fear. I think it's going to be over Trinket. Oh! And the Execute does come through as Short and Deadly. Blasted past Chicago there. That was a lot of damage. Jacinta, last one left, also wants to give Short and Deadly an honor duel as they are also playing yet another enhancement shaman. From one enhancement shaman on to the next. Short and Deadly, at least he's giving himself a proper honor duel here. Does give him a second or two to at least recover some cooldowns. It's going to start off with defensive stance. Have himself banner to reduce any CC from Jacinta in case there's a lightning lasso waiting for him. Or roots for that matter. Perry coming back up in just 12 seconds. So honestly, may want to wait until Perry's back up. He has Avatar. He has themselves everything but a trinket for a good bit. So for Jacinta, they're actually chilling where they are. Reflect up early on for Short and Deadly. Stormbolt trying to make sure he can establish a good opener. Immediate ascendance for Jacinta. Parry up for Short and Deadly. As it's going to be a full bloodlust for Jacinta. Trying to see if he can break past the defenses, past the parry of the Warrior. But he got himself so much damage. If he can just overpower the Shaman, he'll be okay. That's going to be capacity from stopping him for a second. But the banner only lets him sit in the stun for just a quick second. That's about it. Like last to follow. No way out of this one. Taking a bit of damage, but it's heavily DR'd though. Jacinta still in the defensive. Does go in for the root versus Short and Deadly. It is an Earth Elemental. Keeping Short and Deadly, taking at least a little bit of health worth of damage. And as long as something is hitting your health bar, something is able to affect your health bar, you will not get that second win healing. So the Earth Elemental is perfect for that situation. Charging back towards Jacinta in the execute range. Do they go down? Oh my god. And Short and Deadly just goes in for the big old execute. Taking him out of the game. Just a quick chopper. Well done, well done. Oh my goodness. The Warriors, man. They're still quite deadly. The man living up to his name of Short and Deadly. I like it. Let's get us another going here, boys. Yeah. Devo versus Devo patches this again. Dude. Yeah. I haven't seen a Devo Vocals in these for a good while, have we? Boris is ready. Beautiful. I guess, what do we get? Chicago versus Boris maybe this time around? I think we do, yeah. Is it somebody? It is somebody. Okay, I gotta get these up in here. Look at Chicago versus Boris. Chicago and Boris. What arenas do we do now? Nagrand? We go back to Nagrand maybe? Because I think... Oh no, we haven't done Lordaeron. Oh, Chicago needs a +1, I think. Okay, we'll give it a second. Chicago, let me know when you're ready. You said you were ready, but I think you just lost a guy in the last second. So before I queue you, I'm gonna give you a sec. Last, also let me know if you're ready. And then beautiful. Disintegrate crit, is that what it was? Oh my god, 73k crit of disintegrate. That seems like a lot of damage. Disintegrate literally lives up to the name and disintegrates. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Alright. Want to get 4 on this rogues? Want to get the 4th set on my rogue? 4th set is pretty good. Lost 3? Chicago lost a lot actually. Last, do you have enough boys in your team? Maybe you and Chicago can combine the boys together? Potentially? Maybe? Maybe, yeah? And those Dallas giving t-shirts on trips to Jamaica for wins. Throw that on a duel every time. Fine print, this is an apply to favor the week of P classes. Okay. I like that. Why did he get killed by that guy? He's just bleeding out. He just walked in. Level 67. He just out here, I guess, just killing lobies or something. Somebody does? Ready? Okay, cool. Chicago's ready. Awesome. We'll go Chicago and Boris versus in Lordaeron. Good evening. What's up for Second Wolf? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Welcome. Everybody's all having a wonderful evening. I'm actually excited to check out Unholy DK buffs, man. Those are looking pretty good. They're buffing them outside of the cooldowns. I've not really ever played like a full gargoyle playstyle, so I wonder how that's gonna go. Hopefully all the other builds are gonna be pretty good too. Plus the changes they're getting, I think, is it 10.07 that got changed talents, or is it 10.1? Darn rogues still here. I know, Kraken. There's still a lot of rogues here, but we got ourselves Kevin. We got ourselves Cleavemore. We got ourselves Firefist. We got Chicago. So at least we got a bit of variety. And I know we were like, hey, let's ban paladins, but now we got paladins here. You know? I guess the ban didn't last long. Or ban evade. I don't know. So Reaper buff on hold looks promising. Yeah, I think it's going to be massive for executes. It looks really, really good. Twitch. Especially with the fact they can go Reaper and buff it further. It could be nuts. Got ourselves Cleavemore over for the team 1. Looking like a dwarf arms warrior. I like that. The weapon is very simple. The weapon effect is there, but I like that simplicity of like a big old pike that he's got going on. Dally, maybe first up. We got ourselves Firefist with Garth. We got Garth in here, as well as Chicago. And it looks like Dahlia versus Demonic off the bat, Rogue versus Rogue, Assassination versus Assassination, all on that team too. We got us as Rod as a sub-rogue with Kevin Leonard's all the Shaman, Chaos in the backplane, the Chaotic Warlock with BC on the Demonology, and it's going to be a kidney shot onto Dahlia, trinkets out of it immediately with Demoniac trying to go for a bit of invasion, trying to see if he can evade. Dahlia's kidney shot trying to go for a kidney, but it is going to be evaded. Dahlia with an evasion of his own, but looks like Dahlia is going to be a little bit behind. Demoniac did not use Death Mark or anything, but Dahlia's health is just melting bit by bit, trying to see if it can maybe get around the guy at all. It's going to be a cheap shot to follow versus the Demonic, as Dahlia finally able to get himself a proper goal. Will not even get the shot. Demonic with yet another kidney, yet another internal bleeding, yet more metas back to back, and it's going to be able to take him down, saving the death mark for the next competitor. Doesn't really even need to use it, really, does he? Who is up next? Cleavemore is going to be up next as the warrior. Arms warrior versus TM Demoniac. We'll see how this one works out. I feel like rogues and warriors are kind of close. You got rogues with control and the bleeds, but warriors, I mean, the amount of raw damage they can put out. And if you ever leave them alone as a rogue, yeah, second one is just going to let him recover fully. Kidney shot, going to be a minute trigger for Cleavemore. Going very defensive off the bat, maybe counter-defensive, counter-offensive. potentially, but it does give Demonic an opportunity to at least escape. If the warrior is going to be popping cooldowns and Trinket that early, going to be big damage, trying to go in for a spear, but it's going to be a blind, and the warrior, with him tricking that kidney shot really early, cannot really get out of it all that easily. Can maybe Zerker Rage out of the sap in case he wants to, maybe combine a Blaze Storm with it, prevent a kidney shot out of Demonic, potentially, but he still does have Avatar, and as long as there's not too many dots on him, he should start healing up with that second wind. Demonic going back in with yet another kidney shot, trying to get himself Deathmark this time around. Wants to avoid Cleavemore as best as he can. Does not have an agent for a while, so Cleavemore can actually cleave right through Rogue's defensive Stormbolt to follow. This way he's going to go for big damage. Blaze Storm right after. No defensive for Demonic. Does go in for advantage, but the Blaze is still on him. Actually still very, very close to that Blaze Storm, but he's going to try to see if he can fight through the damage, fight through the pain, and establish yet another Envenom on the warrior. Is it going to be Chicago up next? It is going to be Chicago up next, trying to give Demoniac as much of an honor duel as possible. And are you going to walk out? Just pop out of stealth maybe? Or just going to go in? Looks like just going in right then and there. You don't have a death mark anymore, but you do have evasion, have a Cloak of Shadows, trying to go for a quick cannibalize just to make sure he's fully healthy and ready to go. But the Deathmark won't be seen for quite a bit. So for Demoniac, I think he's going to have to go for like a very much a hit and run playstyle with Chicago. Unless Chicago can be prevented, he's going to go for immediate Sunder into a Root. Demonic is going to be able to break out of it fairly quickly with a sprint, with a Shadow Step, get a shot. Just trying to get some doubts on Chicago as the God of Ghost Raptor chasing after him. So at least Demonic will not be able to escape easily away from any of those Raptors. Lasso to lock him down for just a second. Maybe he gets himself plenty of Maelstrom to go for a big go. Let's try to see if he can go for a bunch of Storm Strikes, I believe, since they're playing more of like a physical damage Storm Striker Ascendance playstyle, actually. Trying to go for a bit of a Frost Shock versus Demonic. Is going to go around the Innate Shaman for a quick second. Getting the shot, getting a bunch of Poison Bomb procs back to back. Kind of letting his dots flow. Got himself a Cloak of Shadows in case there's any nature damage or magic damage for Chicago up next. Demonic trying to see if he can avoid him as best as possible. Got himself all the dots, all the damage. Ghost Raptors joining in. Frost Shock, but Chicago got himself a wall as well. Blind to follow for Demoniac, as I try to see if he can get himself a bit of a reset around the corner. Raptors chasing after him. Could at least keep those Raptors slowed down at least a little bit. And Chicago trying to see if he catch up to him. Demonic, no help whatsoever. Does have a cheap death at the worst. Getting the shot. Chicago does not want to give up the trinket for no good reason. Knockback on the Demonic may actually let him escape though. That might have been a bit of a misplay. Unless it can maybe catch up, Demonic does end up rooting him out in the open. Demonic cannot go anywhere whatsoever. But that knockback definitely could put him in a bad spot. Lasso onto Demonic, forcing him to trinket up as best as he can. And it's going to be a quick advantage by the Rogue. Does he have a Flame Shark on himself though? Yes, he does. So Chicago can catch back up to him. Get the Flame Shark back on him. Sunder to get him out in the open. Try to see if he can slam right through the big defenses. Get a shot yet again. Demonic using whatever CC is got. Try to survive. Got a sippy cup around the corner. But it looks like Demonic able to barely evade Chicago. Still has a Flame Shark on him. Chicago needs summon anything. Ghost Raptors join in. Do they get in combat? It does get him in combat. No saps available. And Demonic may just go down. Ellie Blast, full death mark. Try to see if he can maybe help himself one last go. Maybe soften up Chicago for the next competitor. And Chicago's gonna have to fight through these dots. And if somebody runs at him now, they're not gonna be able to give him much of an honor duel whatsoever. But looks like no one is going to be charging out, giving Chicago a bit of a breather here instead, which is, again, very honorable. I do appreciate it. Big Kyrian go by Rot is going to go for the Shadow Blades immediately. Shadow Strikes back to back. Wall out for Chicago before they get hit by that secret technique. They're trying to see if they can dampen as much of this Rogue's go as they can. And this is where Rot trying to see if he can maximize even more damage. Chicago could be going down here, taking a bit of damage back to back. Doesn't have Guardian or anything. Blind to follow. Does end up going for a little bit of Maelstrom in order to give himself a bit of healing. Lasso off of that trinket by Rod. Chicago is going to have to go for big Ascendance. No Cloak of Shadows left for the Rogue. Mad damage on the Rogue. Out of left field. Just getting the big procs. Is there still a Flame Shock on Rod? Maybe. Cheap shot in Chicago. Trinkets just so you can blast out Rod. Big L blast and follow goes in for a vanish, but he's right next to him. That Thunder does connect. Chicago doesn't realize it, but that Thunder did connect. Chicago did have to trinket for that one though. Doesn't realize that Rot is still right next to him. Maybe go for a Root Totem. Honestly, the Rogue is so close to you. Maybe just drop a Root Totem right next to you. Maybe the Rogue just gets caught out randomly. At this point, it's going to go pick up the eyes. Maybe you can find the Rogue Flame Shock. If you can Flame Shock it before the sap comes out, in a good spot. Knockback. Rogue forces Shadow Stab. Does he go for yet another stun? Trying to see if he can maximize some damage, but it looks like at this point, Chicago just got the procs flowing through him. Beast Law going to be up next, trying to see if he can get himself a better angle. But Chicago, they're going to have to play it, I think, either very defensively or aggressively. I'm not even sure what do. Do you just sit there? I think, honestly, you may just want to lock down the Felguard. You may just want to take down the Felguard and play it super defensive. BC is going to try to see if he can summon up more pets. You know that BC at some point is going to summon up a Felguard and get himself a fresh new one. That or Chicago needs to get all these pets around him and then root the pets away and then charge out, add Beastly, separating him away from any of the pets available. It's going to be Fear, but Chicago dropping down a Grounding Totem for just a second. May just want to go behind the pillar and maybe catch up. There's going to be Tyrant, interrupted on Tyrant. That's actually really good. If you can deny the Tyrant, you're going to be in a great position. If you can just separate away from all these other demons with a Root Totem, you'll be in a great spot. Again, Beast trying to go for a Tyrant, but doesn't end up committing to one. I think his demons are starting to fall apart a little by little. The big Felguard does go down. Beast better have himself a quick resummon. Does go for resummon. There is a cooldown on that resummon. They're usually 3 minutes, unless you cut it down short. Like the last one to Beastly does go for the access of Chicago. Does Chicago have any more defensive? Actually has every defensive available. Tyrant join in. Definitely wants to be able to avoid all these pets. Wall, Guardian getting used up. If you can somehow root all these pets, I don't think Chicago is using roots. But he's going to try to see if he can maximize the damage onto the main pet. Tyrant may need to get interrupted. Does go for an interrupt on the Tyrant. If you can take down the Felguard, second Felguard joining in, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of pets. Not a lot of mana left. I think it's just over. Oh my goodness, Chicago. Sunder on these pets, Trinket, try to see if he can stay alive. No mana left whatsoever. Draenor Racial come back up very soon though. Draenor Racial could maybe be the savior. Axe toss, knocked back, Demon Bolts flying in. Oh my goodness, that was so close. So close. Ah. Actually, not even that close. But I was thinking so close as they may be so close to escaping and recovering. But not really that close of a deal because BC definitely was dominating that one. Fire Fist. I want to say the name, Fire Feast. Up next, Blind is really early on. Beastly walling this damage off, seeing the Paladin going for a big go. Fear to follow. Does the Paladin go in for a Trinket? He does Trinket it. Potentially Bubble. Bob gonna use really early on. This could give Beastly an opportunity to go for a Mortal Coil. Potentially, if you get yourself a Tyrant too, does not have a Tyrant for 20 more seconds at least. Mortal Coil getting sent in as a Hodge comes out for Fire Fist. No more immunity unless this Paladin can maybe wait out for Forbearance. This opportunity for Beastly to let the pets just do all the work. If you just go dropping down the Obelisk, maybe the pets just finish him off. Fire Fist, trying to see if he can go for Wake of Ashes, does not stun all the pets all completely, but may just have him, does end up capitalizing on the damage, taking down the Demonology Warlock, and looking to go up versus Chaos up next. Does not even want to take a breather, just wants to go in before Dampening Rail ramps up, but Chaos got plenty of damage, does have a bubble for this one, and Chaos looking to back up out of it as soon as possible. Fire Fist at this point, do you go for a heal? Do you go for a reset? What do you even do in this kind of situation? I think he's going to try to see if he can go back up and maybe get himself a re-heal or two, maybe get himself a couple of Word of Glories back-to-back. Chaos, blended very careful. Does it reflect in case there's a Hodge coming up for Fire Fist? Does it reflect and Hodge back into him? Just needs a couple more conflagrates, and that's all he needs. One incinerate, that might just do it. Does end up taking him down. That was a really good reflect. Well done, well done. That was clean. That was actually the cleanest reflect I've ever seen. Oh my goodness. Oh, the undead racial. That's what it is. Demoniac. Yeah, that'll explain it. Yeah, so chat. A couple of times the Demoniac, the rogue, the couple of times he did pop out of stealth, his undead racial literally takes him out of stealth. Like every time he's dots attacking on somebody, there's a chance that will do shadow damage, which is part of that undead racial where sometimes you'll just do a touch of the grave, I think it is. And that's what takes him out of stealth. Dude, honestly, being an undead rogue, it's actually kind of troll, isn't it? I hope they fix it at some point. Ring of Frost out for Garth. Does he have a way out of this one? There's going to be a bunch of portals surrounding the guy. He got himself the ultra time, so maybe he can go for a little bit of reheal. Reflect out for Chaos is pushing in. Garth can maybe go for a bit of reset, possibly. Frostmage looking to go for big go versus Chaos, but I don't think this guy got really a lot of health left. Full flurries are up onto Chaos. Trying to see if he can get around him. Big Chaos Bolt 1, Chaos Bolt 2 potential loaded up, but that's going to be a quick ice bug by Garth. And just trying to see if he can potentially get out of there. Does he get to escape this type of situation? That is a Destruction Warlock that you're facing. It's going to be quite a tough one. Blizzard around the corner does get random procs of Bloodlust or rather Time Warp. Chaos is going in for a big drain onto one of these images. Flurry do end up freezing down Chaos for a second. Anytime you are applying some kind of a frosty effect onto Chaos or slow, there's a chance you could randomly just freeze him, which could be really strong for mages in general. Is going to be a bit of that Alta Time up for Garth again? Or no? It's not Ultra Time. It is something else. I think it's random procs, right? I think it's random procs. I could be wrong though, it has the same animation. Chaos about loaded up for Chaos, potentially does have some reflected Chaos. Guard wants to have a go, but Guard is gonna back up out of there. Rune of Power establishing, wants to go for damage, wants to make some spikes happen, blizzard around the corner. I don't really know if he can chip away at Chaos while he's standing on Rune of Power, but definitely wants to go for refreshment. Trying to see if he can force this Warlock to chase after him. Gonna be a random Lances, intro Nova, does port kinda next to him. Chaos could actually have him here. Guard with an ice block yet again, but Chaos I think might just be able to take him down. I think Chaos, honestly, has got this man on the ropes. Wants to go for a couple of incinerates, maybe build up some resources at this point. Oh, Garth will cook Mass Invis, or not Mass Invis, Improved Invis. Got himself the instant cast Invis. Quick control by Chaos, though, is able to at least avoid the guard for a little bit. That's gonna be, oh my goodness. Garth taking so much damage right now. He got a dodge, big immolation burning on him with a portal, just harassing him around the corner. Mages died to the portal, got himself getting into the portal. Big Chaos will flying in. Oh, and Chaos does live up to his name, does it up, blasting his boys with a Chaos Bolt at the very end. Well done, well done. Chaos taking 2, Demonia picking up 2 as well, Chicago picking up 2 as well. My goodness, almost was able to fight through the demons of Beastly. I feel like if you had a root and you could just root the pets away in the corner and then fight Beastly by himself, maybe that's the only way you fight a Demonology Warlock as a Enhancer Shaman. But that's a rough one, man. That pet, I wonder how much pressure are you gonna feel less of once the pet is nerfed in the next update. Alright boys, boards ready? Chicago, let me know if you're ready. Lath, let me know if you're ready. I think we gotta get Chicago and we gotta get Lath against one another at some point too, yeah? Ready? Lath, let me know if you're ready. If you still have a group. Otherwise, it's only Boris and Chicago left, yeah? Worst Hodge ever. It was kind of a predictable Hodge, wasn't it? Yeah. I've seen longer breathers, lol, rogue rarely give honor duel. Sure. I don't mind playing against paladins, honestly. We did have him banned for a little bit, Kraken, but it looks like he's kind of coming back up. We did at some point say that, yeah, no more palis. I think somebody decided to swap over to a pala. So, not much you can really do there, yeah? Chicago's ready, Boards is ready. Lath, let me know if you're ready. If you're around, my guy, or if the group is still fall apart. In the map, we need one more since our hunter left, by the way. Oh, okay. So, I don't know if you have the group listed. I guess let's double check, yeah? We are... Great Shadowlands, maybe? Yeah, so we'll need to get groups listed somewhere, my guy. Lath Worker, you want me to do it? Okay. I can do it. Boys, we got a group with Lath listed. Let me do it real quick. Now, listed. If somebody wants to join in Lath, then you need a +1. Then you need a +1 if you guys want to join in. I'll give them like a minute. Why are people trying to duel my level 60 undergear demon hunter? I don't understand. I don't understand. But yeah, hopefully we get one more. I'll give you like a minute, and then I'll get the Chicago vs. Boris duel. But you guys got you guys listed. But if you guys want to find the group, it'll be found in the Dungeons Raids Premier Group Legacy Raids. And if you type in the search bar, hit number 5 and enter, you'll be able to find the group pretty easily. Give it a minute. Letting coffee kick in. I've been sipping this only like little by little. I think it's actually probably better for me when it comes to like sustainable energy and not burning myself out. It's just sipping bit by bit. But honestly, big gulps is kind of... I feel like big gulps is way better when I'm streaming because it just like gets me so much more energy to work with for like a good stretch, good sprint. Yeah, we're gonna do truths together? When are we gonna run truths together? I don't know. Next season maybe? Because this season almost over. I haven't even done many twos in my road, dude. I've been only doing solos recently. I like solos. I don't know what it is, man. I like how casual they are. Like you can just jump into them immediately. I did play some twos with a Arrested Shaman friend of mine, but I feel that, like, I wonder if they're gonna end up I wonder if they're gonna end up trying to promote 2s and 3s more, or because I mean, solos are successful. A lot of people seem to enjoy them. They're just gonna have faster queues with solos. I think that's what they're gonna do. Doing big goals feels like I might drown. I don't know. For me, it's just I'm a big fan. Just going for the big gulp, get it out of the way. You know what I mean? That's how I see it. All right, I'm gonna pass lead to Lath, and you guys can keep the group still listed. If you guys want to join them, they will be in the what's it? Keep the group listed, Lath. I don't know if it lets you like. Did it cancel it? You give him a lead, breaks it. Oh. Yeah, because I was gonna get the Boris and Chicago groups queued into one another. Hi man, how you doing? What's up? Winter Sun Lover, how you doing, my man? Lath needs one player. Yep, they need one must. Lath, do this for me. Go queue the group in the oh, authenticators. That's what it is. Short and Deadly. Pass it to Short and Deadly. I have him added. Quartz. Okay, or Quartz. I guess it works too. Cool. Yeah, that works out for me. Perfect. Okay, cool. I'll get the other group queued up. That's what it is. Okay, okay, okay. Chicago and Boris, 5. Let's do Blades again. I like Blades Edge. Let's do Blades Edge, man. Let's do the Blades Edge. Why did I say that like that? Why did I say it like that? Alright. Let me get the music in here. Get the hopefully that works. I want to do Blades Edge. It's such a good map. At least I like it a lot. I like the elevation. I like the environment. I like that there's a big old ogre yelling at people. That's basically me whenever we do our duels. Wait. Music? I sort of got this PC on its last leg, dude. I got a new one coming in Tuesday, I think. But I've been definitely having some weird issues with this PC. I mean, I've never really had the audio like break like that. So that was a new one. That work? Okay, we'll try requeuing again. For a Blades Edge. Yet again. Does Orgrimmar Arena still exist? I'm sure there's some files somewhere out there, you know what I mean? Last one. Wait, Team Chicago lost one? Is that what it is? Let's see where you win. Yeah? Okay, okay, okay. So Chicago also lost one. That's unfortunate. Okay, cool. I didn't realize. Yeah, so Chicago also needs a +1, boys. Chicago needs a +1. So Boris is ready. Chicago needs a +1 and so does Lath. So both of those groups need a +1. So whoever gets a +1 first. Someone said to have someone real quick. Okay, okay. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Someone who's a solo shuffle? Yeah, we could wait. We could give it a second. But Orgrimmar Arena, I have no idea. I think the game files are still in SNF or SNFR. I don't know what code to sniff. But I think the files for that arena are still in the game, but it's just disabled. It might come back in Cataclysm, because wasn't Orgrimmar Arena a thing in Cataclysm or like Wrath at some point? I think it was a Cataclysm thing, yeah. So that may make a return at some point. But yeah, it's not something you could queue for. I know for a bit you could though. You could queue for that arena for a good bit. Like even if it wasn't part of like the regular rotation of arenas, you could still queue into it through like war mode or yeah, war mode. But I don't think you can at the moment. I think they've literally just removed it from the game files entirely. Either because they just didn't like the arena, or they didn't like the direction of the arena, or there was an issue with that arena. Because didn't they have to fix the arena a couple of times? Because wasn't the first way you like had to do the arena immediately? What's up, dude? What's up, dude? How you doing, man? Not sure about BC? I'm not sure about BC. It was both in Wrath, Kata. Yeah, it wasn't the Wrath version like where you had like these platforms that lifted and then the arena started, and then the Cataclysm was like just the doors open and then you ran out and had the pillars or whatever, and you no longer have like the platforms raising. I think it's because of that, right? They were able to get it to work back then, and then at some point they broke it, and they were like, okay, well we can't play this arena, and then they just kind of kept delaying fixing it maybe, and they were like, all right, we'll just make new arenas. Because it's one of those things where the game was still running on a lot of spaghetti. I mean, the game still has a lot of spaghetti code, but they probably found that it's easier to make a new arena than try to fix an arena from like Wrath and Kata. But I don't know, maybe the arena just did not work for the current environment where they wanted more line of sight. The game was transitioning into more, hey, we want to utilize the line of sight to do stuff. May swap to Hoyman to Tauren. Honestly, Boris, that may not be that bad idea. Demoniac, that may not be that bad of an idea. Have Mount to Tauren, normal Tauren even. Because normal Tauren get the crit damage and a stun, which could be kind of useful. Blood of Orc, like, if you don't want to play Orc, honestly a Tauren is better than a Undead. Especially since that Undead Rachel gets you out of stealth. Yeah, that's not fun at all. That's not fun for anybody. That's not fun for the whole family. Alrighty, boys! Uno más, uno más, uno más, uno más, uno más! Let's get another one in here, yeah? One more for the road, boys. And then I'm gonna go get some food after this. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how the groups are after this. How many have we done tonight actually on a name? I don't even know. Because I'm having fun with these. A lot of fun. Okay, we've done a couple. At least a couple. Switch. Looks like we're missing one over for the team 1, but team 2 is all ready to go with Beastly as a demonology. It looks like they may be charging out first. Chaos as a destruction warlock ready to go. Kevin is elemental shaman. We got the rogue duo with Rod as well as demonic. It looks like Kevin and Rod were charging out at the same time for a second, but maybe not. We got us to Chicago over on team 1. But Chicago's team is missing on Uno Mas, and hopefully they're just loading in all the team without the last fifth. We got ourselves Talnus as an arms warrior. We got ourselves Garth. We got ourselves Fire. We got ourselves Chicago. Gonna be going up first versus the elemental shaman that is Kevin Landers. Got himself a big Earthshock to follow. Lava Burst right after. Got himself lots of knockbacks. Just going in for the most amount of damage versus Chicago. Definitely needs to make sure he got himself a lot of Lava Bursts at the ready. Is gonna go for yet another Earthshock. Double Earthshocks to follow. Got himself the Earth Elemental. Looks like he does not play the freezing Frost Shock combo. Or maybe he does? Maybe he doesn't even play Frost Shocks to begin with? But he definitely could be going for the Earth Shocks, Frost Shocks where he wants to just root out Chicago in place and just stop him from moving to altogether. Kevin got himself a wall together with a Guardian. Is going to give him a little bit extra self-healing as he's trying to catch up. Mad Lava Burst Brock onto Chicago. Does he have enough here? Yet another Lava Burst sent in, but it's going to go into the grounding totem, which is super, super unfortunate. Got himself the Earth Shock on Chicago. Maybe a big Zaps to follow. Does get to go for a Zap or two, but rooted out by the Deep Trevor totem. I like how the totem is like looking at you to make sure it keeps slowing you. It looks like the totem is giving you a stink eye or something. Just BMing you. Which I guess it is. I guess it is in some way, isn't it? Lackluster by Kevin wrangling up Chicago as they do get a fifth on a team with Dally joining in. Kevin going in for a big old knockback. Chicago used to reconnect if ever possible. Kevin does get himself back-to-back Earthshocks though, and is able to go for healing Surges. Lava Burst already. Got himself Sky Fury. Maybe big damage by Chicago. Chicago actually focuses on the Sky Fury for a second to limit the amount of damage that Kevin can do. Kevin does get himself a root. Chicago breaking out of that one with a charge. It's going to be more Lava Burst sent in by Kevin. It's going to be big Earthshocks, but mass Storm Strikes by Chicago could potentially take down Kevin right here. Does go for the Dark Round racially. It's going to be a stun totem right next to him. Does not go for the secondary stun. It's going to be still Earth Blast as well as Lava Burst flying in. Got himself maybe Earth Elemental, because he's spending a lot of his Earth Shocks on Lava Bursts. So his Fire Elemental should be coming back in sometime soon, shouldn't it? Lasso to Chicago could be pretty bad. Chicago, if you get crit with a Lasso, it could be really, really deadly for you. It's going to be Stormkeeper by Kevin. Does get interrupted on the heal, but still should be able to go for a double Zaps here in case he wants to. Got himself a big Sky Fury at the ready. Is going to go for a couple of heals. Try to see if he can bait Chicago out in the open. But he definitely wants to see if he can release the lightning in his hands. Trying to see if he can find a better angle versus the enhancement shaman, but Chicago also going to try to see if he can find a way better angle too. Not going to have the lightning in the sensing, but a big primordial bolt is at the ready. Could go for big Lava Burst unless he's already sent them. Got himself maybe big damage. Chicago, both Raptors are fighting Raptors. He could be going for a bunch of Lava Lashes, which could be very powerful. An extra Elemental Blast could be the end of Kevin, but does go for a pre-wall here with the Guardian. Lasso onto Chicago, forcing out a Trinket, and Chicago goes in for a wall of their own, actually delaying the wall away from the Guardian so you can use that a little bit later. Is going to take down the Sky Fury very quickly, but that does give Kevin an opportunity to at least back up out of there. Fire Elemental does join in. It's going to add a little bit extra damage over Chicago. It's going to go for the Roots to follow. Lava Burst sent in. That's going to be, I think, another Primordial. Did he get another one? It's going to be more lava burst sent in for Kevin. Does get himself the big proc that he needs. Could go potentially for a Sky Fury together with a Stormkeeper combo. Does he have himself the good combo though? It's going to be Chicago activating the Guardian. Is going to be able to give himself a little bit extra health to work with. Static Totem does capture Chicago there for just a second. Kevin trying to go for back-to-back Earthshocks, but he can't really maximize the damage of those Earthshocks. All of it is going into the Grounding Totem instead. Knocking Chicago back for a second. Chicago needs to catch back up right there. Kevin is super low in health. Kevin does have himself a big go though. Sky Fury together with a Lightning Bolts. Maybe he can make something work. He is going to drop down Sky Fury, Lightning Lasso to give himself a bit of a breather. Needs to be very careful with Chicago because he could go for an interrupt onto Kevin. Primordial getting set up. Potentially big instant cast. Stun onto Chicago. Big instant cast procs. Does he have a go? Does take down the instant cast totem. That is going to be grounded totem. Stopping a lot of Kevin's burst, but he's still got a big front shock onto Chicago. And Chicago's actually super low as Kevin is able to turn around onto the Shammy. And he got himself a big Sky Fury at the ready. Wants to get in there, wants to get the zaps in. Chicago does not really want to fight him. Sending the Ghost Raptors. Kevin needs to find a way to catch back up to Chicago and go in for a couple of zaps. Almost got the angle on him. But I don't think he'll be able to really let the lightning fly as the lightning leaves his hands. Chicago charges in. Sky Fury getting shocked immediately by Chicago. Kevin got himself a bunch of Earthshocks back to back. Primordial getting set up yet again. Maybe Grounding Totem is going to ground a lot of those balls. That is super unfortunate. Kevin, let's see have an out in this situation. Wall coming back up very soon. So far, he's been able to survive Chicago's goes every single time. Wall getting used up. Maybe got himself Guardian. Let's see, want to put the two and two together. It's going to get interrupted, and it's going to give him an opportunity to at least catch up a little bit of healing. When is your Elemental coming back up? I imagine... Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, because you're sending a lot of those lava bursts in with Earthshocks, so that should give you a big cooldown reduction. Kevin finds himself super low. Guardian of Spirits is able to maybe give himself a little bit extra health. Gonna be big LA Blast, but Chicago, do they have enough damage? Just needs a couple more global stick down. Kevin does have himself a lot of recovery. Mad lava bursts flying in as he got himself a stun procs. Do they get any more procs? Big Earthshocks out of Chicago. Does not have a grounding shoulder for this one. Lightning Lasso has a trinket for it. Sunder right after. Kevin just needs a couple more procs. That's all he needs. Back-to-back Earthshocks are coming by. There's gonna be more lava bursts flying in. Does he have any more goes whatsoever? Ghost Strike perform just to see if he can escape. Chicago leaping around top of him. Maybe just needs one more LA Blast and may just have him knocked back into the onto the Handsome Shaman. And the LA Shaman still survives an encounter. Are you kidding me? Sky Fury is at the ready. I think Chicago is going to want to try to avoid it. Does not have a grounding totem for this one, so I think just wants to get away from the guy, doesn't he? Lava Burst is getting sent in. Kevin looking to catch up as much healing as he can. And wants to go for Sky Fury. Wants to go for a big zapper. But he won't be able to. Chicago's at no mana whatsoever, by the way, so they're very limited on what they could do in this situation. Kevin again with a big old Sky Fury. Primordial getting set up on Chicago. Just needs himself one lava burst and he should be all good to go. Sending it in, but it's going to be sundered by Chicago as it did catch up a little bit of health. Kevin had no health whatsoever. Does not have any defenses at all. All he could really do is do as much damage towards Chicago and try to see if he can blast him out with lava bursts and maybe eventually take down the Enhancement Shaman. That's actually a really close duel between the two Shamans, man. Enhancement versus Elemental. This guy, Kevin, maybe he could make something happen here. Lava Burst sent in, back-to-back onto Chicago, into a Lightning Lasso. Chicago trying to see if they can maximize some damage. Another Primordial at the ready for Kevin, but looks like maybe he does not get the procs that he needs. Big Earthshock to follow. Double Earthshock onto Chicago. Does he get the Primordial set up? Grounding Totem does prevent a lot of his damage. Chicago is given an opportunity to try at least catch up. More Earthshocks. Oh my god, if only he could have just focused down the Grounding Totem for like one global with a Frost Shock. All of those Lava Bursts and Earthshocks would have went into Chicago instead. That is so rough with Beast and Lock gonna be up next. I don't know if he's gonna give Chicago an opportunity to catch up in healing whatsoever. Dampening is quite high, so I think he may just want to send it in the bed and give Chicago no chance out of this one. Chicago at least was given an opportunity to catch up at least on a bit of that mage food from Garth. Tyrant joining in. Chicago is going to try to root it, but an axe is put him out in the open, but the Tyrant doesn't do anything. Does he get interrupted? No, Tyrant just stopped doing stuff. He just stopped walking because he got rooted. I don't understand. He stopped casting too. Gonna be Wild Fiend is getting interrupted for a second. Mortal Cold Chicago, but the double Falcon not gonna let you out of the sight at all. That is so rough. What's up, Proxy? How you doing, my guy? I hope you have a good one. Man, that was rough. The Kevin and Chicago fighting each other, Shaman v Shaman. That was actually kind of close, man. It was close. If only the Grounding Totem did not take up all those Lava Bursts and Earthshocks, actually could have been Shaman's game. The Elemental Shaman's game that time around. Is it Talentless next? It is Talentless next. This high into dampening, 8 minutes into the duel, you're not going to be able to get any healing. The most damage you can do right now, the better. The better your burst is going to be, the more likely you're going to be to win this. Parry up immediately for, I want to call him Linus for some reason, but it's Talinus. Got himself parry up with a spear. Doesn't quite catch Beastly, but if you can maybe stay next to the spear, maybe you can go for some crit damage in there. Wall up for Beastly, just rotate the cooldown. It's going to be yet another blaze for Talinus. Blasted through all his pets. Is going to be able to get himself a lot of resources on top of it. Definitely needs to go for as much defensive play as he can. Does he have a leap to follow? Looks like he doesn't. Maybe he can somehow separate away from all these pets. Looks like he cannot. All these pets are absolutely surrounding him with the imps, fire bolting him from a distance. The Felguard axe tossing him, just locking him down for a second. More pets charging out for Beastly as it tried to go for a bit of a fear. Soundless doesn't end catching up with the Warlock for a second. Demon Doggers are in. Shadow Fury not able to avoid it whatsoever. Beastly does go for a bit of a Warlock health, so big heal, and it's going to be able to take down the Warrior with Dali. Charging up next over for the team 1. Definitely needs to get in there as soon as possible. Just go in for the most amount of damage if he wants to see if he can fight the Beastly. Beastly porting away before Dali can really establish a proper go on him. Not going to go for Deathmark, are ya? Mortal Fear. Honestly, I think he's trying not to go for Deathmark. He's thinking that Warlock got not a lot left, but honestly, may just need to. He may just want to. Do you not have poisons on? Or maybe swapping poisons? From a wound, maybe? Potentially. Got himself the full obelisk at the ready. Do you have a stun for this rogue? Maybe a Mortal? This where Beastly needed something, anything, and the Axos came in just a little bit late though. Chaos charging now. Should be able to maybe blast through Daily? I think he's trying to. Dali, does he have any outs? Blind could potentially give him a bit of a breather, but it's going to be a second BCC right after. It's going to last about the same duration with the 2, with Chaos only getting 1 cast on the Dali. Oh, almost Shadow Step to 2. That was well done. That Shadow Step would have been perfect. Trying to go for yet another bolt, but he knows the rogue is going to want to try to see if he can juke him. Get a shot by Dali. Does he have an escape here? Got a bit of a dot, but it's going to be Chaos burning him with a quick, beautiful conflagration, taking him down. Is it going to be Fire Fist next? Potentially, it looks like it's either going to be Garth or Fire Fist. It looks like it's going to be Fire. I keep calling him Feast. I keep saying, instead of Fire Fist, I keep saying Fire Feast. Like the man is going to be feasting. If anybody's going to be feasting, it's probably going to be Chaos as it blasted these boys out into spear the raids. Blind onto that ink succubus. As Fire Fist has got himself the full shield of vengeance, wall as well as bubble. Everything's getting used up, and Chaos just, all he needed is some distance. Some distance and mobility. Got himself full dots of the fire into Shadow Bolts. As there's a portal back up top, it's gonna be Fire Fist taking down. Oh my god! Bubbled maybe a little bit too early and definitely paid for it. With Garth gonna be up next. Last one on that team needs to find a way to fight through Chaos. Can he potentially do it? Because Chaos got himself a nice good positional. He's been able to deal with the Paladin fairly easily, avoiding a lot of his go with a big old port. And also taking down the rogue while he had him right then and there. Gonna be a frozen orb right now for Garth. Immediate second BCC forcing out a trinket out of Garth. Does give Chaos that trinket given up opportunity to go for a bit of a mortal coil onto Garth. Does go for Reflect for a second. This is where Garth, maybe if he's careful enough, could spell steal Reflect? Can he do that? Is that a possibility? Ray of Frost for Garth is trying to see if he can get some damage behind the pillar onto Chaos, trying to pretend like he's an evoker, casting a disintegrate, but is not going to be able to sit there for too long, as it is going to be the Infernal slamming down, stunning in place, not letting him really play some more. How many more games are you going to do? Jai, maybe one more, a couple more after this one, depending on if you have groups, man. You want to join up? If you have bodies, man, I'm down to go again for a couple more. Gonna be portals open as Garth trying to see if he can escape this shifting power for Garth. Can he potentially evade Chaos? Is gonna be able to interrupt him on that Chaos Vault. As Chaos trying to get a couple of incinerates in there. Shadow Fury around the corner. Garth just goes in for an ice bug. Doesn't want to deal with any of the situation whatsoever. Just wants to go for a little bit of resetting spaghetti. You have to. They added not tattoos, but like body paint for dwarves, didn't they? I forgot about that. I was about to say, like, is that Demon Hunter tattoos? I guess I'm not kept up with dwarves for a bit, huh? I guess you don't really see dwarves in the first place. At least female dwarves. Big Chaos Bolt by, oh my god, by Chaos. Just got all the sports, even with that all the time. There's not much you could really do. And Chaos does end up obliterating. Why is it always gotta be Warlocks, man? Why is it always gonna be Warlocks at the top of these charts? What is going on? 7.2 million healing? That is a lot of healing. That is a ton. I mean, dampening, man. That's crazy. Let's get ourselves maybe another one going. I want to see if we still have groups, boys. Let me know if you still have groups, or if you need more. We'll give you guys maybe like 5 minutes to restock, repopulate the groups, and we'll see if we can go maybe a couple more of these, because I do need to get some food at some point. But Maybe this is where we're gonna be unintentional fasting. Do you fast during Easter? I don't even know, dude. I don't keep up with any of that. It is gonna be random, unexpected fasting because we want to play more games. Dal don't gotta eat. Dal don't gotta sleep. More games. More. I'm like a machine, pumping these out as much as we can. Have you ever seen the live special with the guy that's like, I'm the machine? Funniest thing I've ever seen. It was funny the first time, but apparently they're making a whole movie about it. Fasting is awesome. I've never fasted in my life. Do people actually like? I feel like comedian guy. Yeah. They're making a movie with it. Literally a movie about his experience back in Russia. I don't even know if it was real. The experience. It's a fantastic story. It makes for a great joke. And like me being from Russia, I'm like listening to it. I'm like, yeah, that actually could happen. That's actually very likely. It all depends what time of what era did he go in, right? What era did he visit? Because at some point they did have like a whole, you know, the communist, socialist, Soviet government that fell apart, and then it was a free for all, and a bunch of gangs took over. It was basically mafiosos everywhere. So I was like, yeah, because they all ran things, and then they all got and then they just started running things legally by becoming governors and stuff. Not even joking, yeah. Mayors, governors, a lot of them have shady backgrounds. Not even kidding you. We're just like, all right, let's go from running things illegally to doing the same thing just legally. That is wild, dude. It were wild. Some of the stories my mom has from those days, because she, you know, she lived through all that. It was wild, and she was doing journalism, and that was like one of those things that's not really super open over there either. Like for years, it hasn't been. I don't want to say now, but just literally for back then, it was like really like, hey, don't say these things. Like mafiosos with jackets and like guns in their pockets would literally go to radio stations, be like, you ran the story, we want you to make a retraction. It was like, was there something wrong with the story? No, it's a real story, but we just want you to make a retraction, if you know what I mean. 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 You like working here? If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean? It was wild. Chicago got 5. Boris Lath, let me know if you guys are ready. I can do at least one more, man. I do several hours a day, not several days at a time. Making it easy to handle feels good. Yeah. Hi, stream. What's up, Lucy? How you doing, fam? I'm gonna go, Lucy. You gotta stop me. Hopefully next time plus season we'll get 0.1 titles rogue. Yeah. We'll see how the rogues are doing in proxy. But Outlaw Rogue, looking pretty good. I like the tier set. I think it's gonna get nerfed into the ground, and it's literally gonna heal the boss. But like the current version of a tier set actually lets us be kind of competitive with every other class right now. But I think they're gonna end up nerfing it into the ground. I just don't really know, like, because rogues do get a bit of a damage buff from mod tier sets currently. They're pretty good. So, and they're not really buffing rogues baseline. So I guess they're maybe banking on like, oh, they'll get the tier set and they'll be stronger. But I think they'll end up nerfing our tier sets even more. I mean, sub-rogue tier set already feels a little bit whatever. Assassination rogue tier set feels whatever. Aldi feels really good because it plays really well. And I like the damage it does. But I'm guessing it's probably going to get nerfed even more. So I'm a little concerned. We'll see how it goes. I think if sub will be better. I mean, sub can potentially play into like a permanent Symbols of Death, like almost 100% uptime. Symbols of the whole burst and dance is underrated. I think people are going to end up playing double dance so you can prolong the dances longer. You're probably going to play the double dance windows, and you're basically going to be like almost permanently in Shadow Dance with an almost permanent uptime of Symbols of Death. You're going to go very sustain heavy than burst heavy. And I wonder if you could maybe play into that cooldown reduction with the vanishes to maybe like play into that, so you have like a real long drawn out sustained burst window, I guess. Lath and Boris, let me know if you guys are ready, because Chicago is at the ready. They want to go and compete against another set of boys, another competitor team. So let me know if you guys are ready, or if you're Dunsky. Let me know. Are you a monk? Or is that a warrior? It's a warrior. I saw the gloves, I was like, I couldn't quite tell. I like this horde look though, with the totems. Oh, I like that. That looks dope. I'm not sure about that weapon, but everything looks great. Ready? All right, Boris is ready. So we get Chicago and Boris in. We haven't done a Tiger Speak in a while, so let's do a Peeking Tigers, man. Tigers taking a peep at the duels. Show the Tigers our duels. Both of our duels. But yeah, we'll see this whole procs. We'll see the Symbols of Death setup though. I do like the crit damage on eviscerates while Symbols of Death is active, and if you could basically have almost a full uptime of Symbols of Death, like it could be really good. You would just go into crit heavy playstyle, crit mastery or crit versa rather, because you want to shadow strike and backstab a lot in order to maintain the duration of your Symbols of Death. And maybe you could play that cooldown reduction, and maybe like you'll, I don't know, maybe you'll play maybe something a little bit less burst team, but we'll see. I got some big hopes for it though. I got big hopes, big hypes. Big hopes and big hypes. Assassination one is the weird one though. That tier set is a little wonky. I'm surprised they haven't changed that one at all, because right now Sims, like, they don't really look all that good. But maybe Assassin will just get like a big damage jam just for PvE purposes, because I don't think they'll be buffing them for PvP or anything like that. Which could be weird, because it's like, well, if the tier set is not good for PvE, like how is it going to work in PvP? It's a good question. So you should buff it only for both, not just for PvE. At least that's my guess. I feel like they're really careful with rogue stuff. They don't really like, here you go, here's buffs. They don't really do that for rogues ever. Switch. We got ourselves team one together with Amin. Gonna be up as a Shadow Priest versus Rot, trying to see if you can rot the boy down as an assassin rogue. Swap back to Assassin from that subtle team. Amen. Immediate trinket with a fear onto Rot, as he is going to go for that undead racial stun to follow. Void Eruptions is going to be up. Mind Games to follow. Does he have himself the biggest go ever? He's going to be dropping out DPs back to back onto the rogue Rot. Got himself full Cloak of Shadows. Big blitz on Amen. Amen may have to go for big defenses here. Does he go in potentially for a disperse? He got himself full PI, full damage, full everything. And he's just getting procced in. All the defenses are getting used up right now. That's going to be a little bit of the desperate prayer. Does he play into the Power Word Life? It doesn't look like Amin does play into Power Word Life. Fear back into Rod. Maybe gives him an opportunity here to get another trinket out of Rod though. Or I guess the first one wasn't really a trinket, was it? It was just a undead racial. Amin does have the rogue very close though. Got himself a bit of a shield, but not a lot of health to really work with. Does it have any much survivability? Oh, trying to go for the X-Skin, but the Shadow Word Death claimed him as well. He tried to see if he can embrace the rogue with death, but I think the rogue almost died. Almost run down, but not quite fast enough, man. He was able to survive it, though very barely. Man, he was trying to see if he could claim him in that embrace of death, but couldn't quite take him with him. The rogue has already felt the embrace of death. He's like, you know what? I've been there, done that. I don't want that relationship again in my life. Quick stab on Hotel, who could go for Zerk Rage. He could Zerk Rage out of this one. He could have Zerker to stop the rogue from being able to eat, because it definitely doesn't want the rogue to eat. Unless he's not playing Zerker. Do you not challenge a Zerker? Can you choose not to challenge a Zerker? I guess potentially disarmed by the rogue, as he's just trying to see if he can lay out all the dots on the Talonist, who gotta go for a Warbreaker shadowing. Pass the rogue defense is big. Big sharpened blades available. Might be able to get a lot of damage with the Rod. That's an evasion. With a parry up for Talonist. Bleed onto the Rod. Cannot evade those bleeds whatsoever though. Talonist just sees one more big execute. Oh my god, Rod was able to take him down. What was that? What is what that was? My man, oh my god, are you just gonna die? Oh, man's sprinting. Oh, man's living. Oh my goodness, Warlock Hellstone came in handy at the last second, huh? Thank Chaos or BC, whoever is the one provided you one of those. Cheap shot by Chicago, as it looks like the rogue is gonna try to see if he can get some doubts on Chicago. He is gonna go Cloak of Shadows immediately with a death mark. He's just gonna go in there, huh? Sunder by Chicago, cannot really cloak Sunder. Got himself a couple of more storms. Like he needs frame shock or frost shock at the end as soon as he takes him down, and does end up wiping him out with Kevin just popping out in the opener. Big primordial into Chicago. Lava burst immediately. Does not get to give Chicago a way out of this one whatsoever. Sending out big old meatballs left and right as soon as he can. Chicago, are you playing like an elementalist build, or are you playing more of like that physical damage build? I think you're more of an elementalist build. Definitely wants to make sure to take down the Sky Furies whenever those are up. Kevin does have a pretty good arena. He can go for the knockbacks off of these platforms in Chicago, so if he can position himself right, he could maybe give himself a bit of a breather. Definitely wants to slow down Chicago as best as he can. There goes the knock, gives him an opportunity to send in a couple of more bead balls over onto Chicago, trying to go for a big capacitor or Sky Fury. If he can get himself a proper Sky Fury, I think he may be okay. Chicago taking a bit of damage from this lava burst back to back though. It's quite a lot of pressure actually. Big Earth Shocks to follow. If only he had himself a big Sky Fury. There goes the Earth Shell, Frost Shock onto that that? Oh, grounding totem does end up grounding a lot of those abilities. You definitely want to take down the totem as soon as it's out. Chicago still get a hit, but those Earthshocks back-to-back freeze by Kevin. Definitely needs to get himself a Skykeeper. Maybe big zap, so the Chicago does get a couple of those, but they don't really get the crits that he was hoping for. You definitely want to combine them with an Earthshock Lightning Bolt, because it gets you more Lightning Bolt sent in immediately. Your Earthshock, Frost Shock is able to control the Chicago at least at the very best. Got himself Lightning Lassa, but it's going to be DR'd because of that Earth Elemental going in for the big Clobber. As soon as the Clobber comes out, it is a good stun, but it's going to DR the rest of his stuns though, which is unfortunate. Knocked back by Kevin. Chicago leaping back in, got himself a big Stormkeeper, or no, Sundering. Stun totem by Kevin, but looks like it was able to be taken down. That or he had to move at the last second, potentially. Earthshock on Chicago, at least get Frost Shock him and maybe get away, but Chicago breaking out of those roots with the Wolfy Sprint, with that Shamani Ancestral Spirit? The Sprint. Their version of Sprint. We'll just call it Sprint. As Kevin still trying to see if he can avoid him, does get the stun, yet another Clobber by the Earth Elemental, does have a Primordial, but no Skyfever to follow. Chicago looks like they're still plenty healthy. If they can re-engage back with Kevin, does hit him with an Elemental Blast, may just have him here, big, Lava Lash does end up whittling down little by little. It doesn't even look like Chicago's playing into like a big Elemental Blast. It's more like they're really just trying to keep the Flame Shock rolling, Lava Lashes for the consistency, Storm Strike for consistency, maybe some big punchy Elder Blast, but not really got himself like some kind of like a cohesive burst build or anything like that. But should be able to maybe hopefully fight through BC. Dampening isn't super high this time around. It's only 25% dampener. So maybe Chicago can fight through BC with all the dampening. He's walking into this duel with most of his defenses still at the ready. Fear going to be out onto Chicago. Does end up blocking out BC instead though. Also has a grounding totem in case BC maybe goes in for some kind of big damage. That cannot really stop the Tyrant. Maybe can get the Tyrant interrupted. Chicago's going to be back there and is just going to have to find a way to avoid all the pets. Does root the pets out, separating BC away from all his Felguards and the Tyrant. It should be able to at least keep him solid here for a little bit. The Tyrant trying to see if he can get around the corner, maybe get one more blast out of Chicago. Chicago got big zaps at the ready for all these pets as they all have Flame Shocks rolling on them. Then it's going to be an Obelisk down. Chicago trying to see maybe if you can just leap back towards BC. BC with a big heal. Chicago does have a wall at the ready. Definitely needs to start burning all the Maelstrom in order to catch up a little bit here just to make sure they don't fall behind BC. But one good interrupt, one well-placed interrupt could actually give him maybe a winning opportunity. Normal mana for Chicago. Maybe can tremor out of this one. Does place a tremor ahead of time, so it's able to cleanse him off of any kind of fears. BC kind of low in health. Does have a pre-wall for this one. Does Chicago have any more damage to follow? Maybe they have a Thunder. Oh, and Chicago does let him take it down the Warlock. Taking them out of the gates out of here. Chaos. It's going to be up next. Does Chaos give Chicago an honor duel here? I don't think he does. Or maybe? Oh, he does give him an honor. Oh, wait, no. Chicago thought it was an honor duel, but then it was like, oh, wait, hold on. Oh, sorry, I was just trying to do a bow. Oh, I guess I'm going to go back there. At least I have a Succubus to hit and maybe get some mana from him. So maybe kind of like an honor duel. Maybe kind of. At least Chicago, if they can get that Succubus back over there, at least get some Maelstrom off of that thing, then they can kind of sort of recover. But it looks like Chaos is trying to be extra careful. He knows that Chicago can just build resources off of that pet and he'll be mostly okay. Gonna be Chicago eating the damage from that Earth Fire Chaos Elemental. Maybe can interrupt Chaos. Oh, grounding totem on that Chaos Bolt is pretty good for him. That's a welcome back up maybe soon. Oh, Chaos! Just turns it around, just blast 1, blast 2, blast 3 into Chicago. And that's a GG. My God, what was that? Was it just the fastest Chaos Bolt in your life or what? Seriously, what was it? He reflected on me? Is that what that was? Oh, okay. I was just thinking for a second like someone hit you big and then he Chaos Bolted you. I thought it was a Chaos Bolt. I thought he was double casting. No, it's just a perfect time to reflect. This guy's a monster. Dalaran gonna be up next. Got himself a Shadow Strike. He's playing a sub-rogue this time around versus Chaos. Succubus CC immediately gonna prevent Dalaran from being able to have a go. Is gonna trick out of the Succubus CC, but now the rogue is kind of exposed. Is gonna go for a vanish immediately. Does the rogue have himself a proper go here versus Chaos? He is gonna open up back up with a Shadow Strike, but did he ever go for a kidney shot? Because he may not have a kidney shot anymore. Does he? Big damage, big barrage in Dally. May need to go for a Cloak of Shadows. That is a lot of damage attacking him. Does have himself yet another vanish. And Chaos out in the open, just trying to see, make sure that he's waiting for the rogue. Is going to go for port before the rogue can establish a proper stun. Chaos, oh, Conflagrations are doing a lot of work though right now. Dalaran, no health, evasion, and Cloak of Shadows. Every defense is getting used up. Shadow Fury to meet him and just singes him right then and there. As he goes in for a shadowy duel. Wow. Fire Fist is going to be up next, trying to see if we can maybe stand toe-to-toe with Chaos. Not super high dampening. Chaos just loading up all those bolts, all those portals. Does go for Reflect, and Fire Fist making sure not to hodge him immediately. But Fire, what is that? Huh? This man just blasted out Fire Fist before the man could react. Oh. Fire Fist got a bit of a bite to him. Chicago with 3, by the way. I didn't even realize it. Chicago does end up overpowering the Warlock. Well done, well done. He melted? Yeah. This Warlock is just walking in here. Maybe this guy's like, you know what? I know Demo's about to get nerfed. I'm going to start playing Destro. And it's like, oh wait, Destro actually got buffed up, huh? That's like actually not that bad. My god. That was quick. That was really quick. Yeah, that's just a lot of damage you're taking. And how do you react to that? You know what I mean? How do you react to that? You just know. You're just supposed to know, I guess. Do we have more groups chat? Or are we done for the night? Let me know. Oh, that dragon, by the way, looks insane. I don't know what kind of effect you got going on. Is that just Yulan or Yulei, Daughter of Jade? But it's like in shadow form? That looks good. Like dark and green like that? That looks awesome. Hold on, actually, Yulei. Let me look up Yulei again. Unless that's what the mount normally looks like. Yulei, Daughter of Jade. No, it's normal green. That's a Thomas R one. You just got the shadow form on it. That looks kind of cool, actually. Dark green like that. Everyone more group left? Okay, we'll call it there then. That's all good. Yeah, that's all fine. That's like MLP all over again. Oh, remember? Yeah, remember Dust Warlocks back in MLP? Those guys were something. Hey bro, was one of the locks and the Warriors had a blast. Happy to have had you all there. Cloaky. My bro is one of the Warlocks and the Warriors. He had a blast. He wanted to say thanks for hosting these and having a dang stream. Yo, thanks so much, Cloaky. Hell yeah. I'm glad that I looked at my BNet. I'm glad I was able to message Cloaky, dude. This guy popped in, brought in some slammer jammers in there. I loved it. Man, watching the Destro duel last night with this guys, I threw extremely hard towards the end. I could have gone aggressive and won. It's one of those things you don't really realize until you give it a couple more goes, you know? And will be, if everyone is OP, no one will be. Exactly, everyone was OP in back and mob, but no one was because of that. Everybody were OP. And it was like the most balanced thing ever. At least, especially last season, it felt super balanced. It didn't feel like a class was like unfair. Of course, yeah, like, you know, certain classes do counter each other because like certain matches are just like, you know, like a paladin can do damage, but he doesn't have mobility, so like a frost mage can slow him down for quite a bit and kite him around. Or like a warrior who can get kited by like a hunter or something, you know, things like that. You know? Or like a rogue versus a Death Knight, but Death Knights can heal a lot, so like fighting them toe-to-toe may be difficult. You need to rotate cooldowns or get a reset or something. Catch a re-stealth at some point. Blind re-stealth might be really good. You know, things like that. So, but every class, like, you know, matchups and encounters like that, that's always was a thing, but it wasn't like a hard counter. Well, I guess there were counters. There were counters. But it never really felt like, oh, I'm just gonna walk in and, oh, I just got one shot by class. What do I do there, right? It was like, you know exactly what killed you if you've been playing a little bit. You could really track the cooldowns of every class. There was one specific thing that every class could do, and you were like, I gotta watch out for this thing as soon as possible. You know, little things like that. But yeah, every class had like a visible go, a visible big defensive. A lot of them actually. In fact, a lot of classes had some survivability and stuff on how you could build yourself. Yeah. Also, it's like, we have a lot of good feelings about how MOP was, by the way. But I wonder how much of it is just rose-tinted glasses. Like, if we were to go back, would it be the same? Or would it be like, you know what? I see issues and I can kind of poke holes to it now. Now that I've gotten older and had a bit of experience and I'm looking at it with a clear head. Because at the time, I just remember having fun to MOP. I've heard Guardian Druids are bad now, significantly worse than other tanks. Is that true? Sad bear noises. For like PvE, lucky? Technically, they can push. Like, there are Guardian Druids that are able to push keys. Are they popular in the meta? They're not meta like a warrior is or like a paladin is right now. But bears can technically do pretty well. They just don't have it as easy as some of the other classes. They don't do well with match damage specifically. So you have to have a specific group composition to be able to do well with them. But they can do well. They have been able to do some really high-end keys. For example, like Mythic Pluses. And they do really good boss damage and like raids and stuff. Like, they're not worse than other tanks, really. Again, magic damage is kind of like the big, like, issue. Their next tier set is looking really good though, so I'm hoping Bear Druids make a big return because they're just getting buffed everywhere. They're recently getting more damage reductions, like Barkskin should be up basically for every single magic ability. That's like a big like magic check or defensive check. So at least they're giving like some more survivability options through mastery with this reset. So it's going to be a little bit better, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, those losses are painful and you understand. Well, yeah, it's all good. I thought I didn't have portals anymore. I didn't trigger it. Suck. Big mistake. Yeah, it happens like that. It happens. It's only you realize these things when you look back through the footage. Like, sometimes I'll run through like a solo queue run. I'm like, oh, that was a good game. Or that was a bad game. I want to see what happened. I'd record and I can see exactly what I did wrong. And even sometimes when I play a game like where, oh, I thought it slapped. Let me record it because it was awesome. And then I'll look back through it. I'm like, well, actually, here's the thing I could have done better. Here's the thing that I messed up. Here's my mistake here. You can just go back through it and you see it. You don't really realize a lot of these things in the moment, you know. And it takes a while to develop the like practice of like practicing noticing these things that you're doing and slowing down the gameplay in your head. And you know, it's just doing that in the moment is a lot harder than having to like go back and see what you made a mistake, see what kind of mistakes you made, and then you can like work on those. And then it's like, practice. Practice makes perfect. I play Monk, but I don't know how to Brewmaster and I hate the sweeping. Windwalker is good. Brewmaster is just you throw kegs. You just throw a keg and you damage. You really play like a Windwalker lucky. You just need to drink a brew whenever it gets red. Or even just drink a purifying brew on cooldown, and that's about the rate at which you should be purifying yourself. And then if you ever take a big damage, just save your Celestial Brew for a shield. And then you have a lot of cooldowns offensively, defensively. Use them all the time. Especially offensives, don't hold them, use them. Maybe if you have like the exploding keg and you got 10 seconds left on that Weapons of Warder buff, wait 10 seconds, then use them together. Weapons of Warder, slam everything. You are there to do damage, and you're there to tank up just enough damage. You really do play like a DPS though, as a Brewmaster. So if you played Windwalker and you don't like Fist Weaving, you can play Brew. It's actually kind of fun, at least in PvE. It also has a little bit of like questions of like survivability, but you definitely do have a lot of cooldowns to deal with stuff. I don't know what healer there's probably like a healer that was the most complementary with Brewmasters. That, or you need pumper DPS, but also you do a lot of DPS yourself. You just gotta live long enough, and then so your DPS can nuke everything else down. But yeah, for you it's a lot of mobility. Like if you're in trouble, just roll out of there. If you're in trouble, just roll, because you have a lot more survivability nowadays. Brewmaster lives forever. They definitely can do well. Yeah, good way to learn to rewatch and look for problems. Exactly. Heard Mist Rivers don't really go into Fist Weaving if you do want to go high keys in Mythic Raid. So in Mythic Raiding, you do Fist Weave. Like that's like the only good playstyle right now. You have to Fist Weave. It's the most mana efficient one. And you'll have big cooldowns outside of that, but you do Fist Weave. Mist Rivers usually Fist Weave in Mythic Pluses, but whenever the damage gets like super high and you want to be actually safe, it may not be a bad idea just to go for like a caster playstyle, because you could just, well, you can't really mitigate damage, but you can help everybody heal through it. Although in Mythic Pluses, like the more damage you can do, the better. So yeah, Rusted Druid works amazing with it. Heal over time plus stagger insane. Oh yeah, true. You're right. Yeah, just heal over time all the staggers. I imagine Evoker is pretty good for that too. I don't know about a disc base, but I imagine Atonement is very similar in that. But also we could bring a disc base for like PI. That's generally good as well. Plus also PS. Pain Suppression, I imagine one of them is pretty good. Yeah, I don't know about high-end Mist Rivers though, like Mythic Pluses. I have no idea. I just because I know back in like last season in SL, they originally were kind of Fist Weaving, but then at the high end they would kind of stop Fist Weaving. Because they're really pushing high-end keys and they just needed to be able to focus heal somebody really quickly and then provide whatever bonus damage they could outside of that during downtime. But that's why they weren't all that good, because they could only do so much when it comes to bonus damage, but they could end up healing the damage. It was really down to like your team. You can't really help them contribute more damage. Nowadays, Fist Weaving has really become a lot more popular. I imagine it's still popular at the top end, but I could be wrong on that one. Gotta go sleep here in Poland. That's all good, because I'm going to be ending the stream right there. Thank you boys so much for coming by. Thank you all so much for watching, for coming out tonight to the stream, boys. Super fun hanging out with all of you this evening in the 5V5 1v1 Duels. A lot of these are going to go up as videos on the channel. After I get through all the best parts and I edit them down and add them, I slap them a very snazzy thumbnail. Thank you all so much for coming by. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Tomorrow, Are we streaming tomorrow? I don't even know, man, because I had a PC coming in, a new PC coming in like Monday. No, Tuesday. So I guess I'll need to take a day off Wednesday to like get it all fully set up and everything. And then back to stream Thursday. I don't know. I'll see what we're doing tomorrow. I might just take a day off tomorrow and just get some projects done, work stuff done, and just so I can prep for this. Because we'll need to take a day to just like figure out what's on this PC, right? Make a full list of all the things I'm going to need to download. So when I get the new PC, I have like at least checklist that I can go through of everything I need and get it all caught up. Because I need to figure out my editing software, get the key for the editing software. Just because I bought it, I don't want to have to buy a new one, right? Make sure I get all my shadow play recording stuff set up, OBS, the full layout for the OBS and everything, right? The all the little internal settings that I have set up on this one, like where recording stuff goes and whatever, you know. Also, I'll need to set up my drive and basically take all the important files onto my external drive, so then I can plug it into the new PC and get all these things. But yeah, kind of excited. It's gonna be hectic. It's gonna be a lot. Hopefully it comes in one piece and not completely shatter broken, because it does have a nice like glass casing. So we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping it'll be good. I decided I'm going back to main tank, Medicine Demon Hunter. It is a lot of fun though, isn't it, Jake? I do hope they get a bit of a buff in the next patch, or maybe the fire build is going to be solid enough in the next patch, because it should give you a lot of like DR from like all sorts of damage and big shielding too, because it looked pretty good when you played it on the PTR. I decided to quit SP. I'm sorry to hear that, Proxy. But sometimes like quitting the main and to find another main that's going to be better for you. I mean, I've done it before, right? I used to play Druid, and then I didn't really like how they were going Incarnation heavy in MoP. I played it, and then just kind of was about to quit WoW, and then I swapped to Rogue, and I revitalized my love for WoW back in MoP. So sometimes, honestly, it's a good idea to just, sometimes you just switch your main. The game changes a lot, classes change a lot, sometimes it's just not your speed, or not what you prefer, what you like, it changed too much. But sometimes finding the new main is worth it, honestly. Doing 50 to 60k DPS, that's pretty good, honestly. That's quite a bit, like for overall. That's a lot. That's a lot. I do like the playstyle too. It's very aggressive and it's very like active. I feel like anytime I'm dead, it's because I didn't do something active. It's not like, oh, I didn't have a cooldown. It's just like I could do something to heal myself, to keep myself alive. But I didn't do it because I'm bad. Alrighty, boys. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys all maybe tomorrow, possibly Monday. Think Tuesday. We'll find out. Yeah, I'll see. I might take a day off tomorrow just to like get all that other PC stuff set up. It's gonna be a few weird days for me. But yeah, you guys are wonderful, beautiful, super fun hanging out with all of you. I'll see all you boys next stream. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty. Peace.